is amazing. It's clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Water.
It's motorsport, but not as you know it. Test yourself and your everyday road car. Safe, affordable, but most of all, fun. And all you need is your daily driver. Experience the thrill of a sprint day. Race against the clock at a hill climb. Or test your reflexes with an auto test. It takes just 3 simple steps to get started. Get on the start line. Search Motorsport Australia Daily Driver today.
Fishies in a row. They're here to make a point and to do Eddie proud. They fan out in the background as they come down to turn 1 for the first time. It all looks pretty good, 2 by 2. We'll stop the camera here. Oh, Eddie would be proud, mate. That was awesome run around turn 1. But, oi! Contact with the fishies.
He's made it through. It doesn't look like Angus has made it, but Thomas Freeman's made it through, and Angus is going to suffer the crowd coming through there to be able to turn his car around. Woo.
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride, whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride.
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
And they are off. It was a good start from Dylan DeBono. I think Phil Vella got a great start there in the background as well. You can see already cars going 5, 6 wide as they're trying to find any semblance of space. They come into T1. So far we've got 2, 3 wide as they snake down. It's Michael Conchar that's got around Dylan DeBono. A couple of cars going wide there. Was that a bit of contact in the back? Scott Pocock caught up in that, I think, there, buddy. But it's Michael Cullajar's got past, so Dylan...
light is coming out and we're about to get going, and we have a green light and a very slow start for the 86s, but they are moving out there on the grid. It would be very interesting to see exactly which driver can capitalise on this first lap. Just go through the grid. Look like Jamie Christensen had a really awesome start to get ahead of Dylan DeBono, and Doug Gowage also jumped his teammate as well, so unfortunately Dylan stalled the car a little bit more than what he preferred. But
Weekend in, weekend out, Motorsport Australia officials are making waves. From waving flags, waving cars through pit lane, or responding to a wave for help. Wave hello to new lifelong friends. Who knows, you might just make waves around the world. Ride the first wave. Search Motorsport Australia officials today.
Still great classes of car, and if you are able to, if you're coming up the ranks on iRacing through the licenses, it's a fantastic sort of laneway into prototype driving, going from that GT3 up through the prototype classes. As the safety car pulls in and we get ready to go green as we come up towards the line. Edwards, Hasler, who's going to get the jump down to turn 1, or will any of the fishies, any of the piranhas in behind them, assault them down towards
green and they're off.
First lap? Let's go here.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons.
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. It's clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to snip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tannock and Jamie Dyson just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't committed, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. See if he gets a good run. Dodd's just absolutely thinking, but it is a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sim Racing World TV. And welcome into our final Enduro round of the season for round 7 of season 2 of 2024 of the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Super Sunday Series here. We're at Watkins Glen for this round. I'm your commentator here tonight, Hamish Munro, joined alongside once again, as always, by Steve Sinkovic. Sinko, going to be a big night of racing. We have the shootout for tonight. Didn't have it on Tuesday because of IRacing maintenance, but we're in week 13 and we get to go racing around Watkins once again for what could be a very interesting race in terms of championship, but also a race that'll be for sheep stations for sure after Tuesday's events, which were absolutely chaotic.
Mate, you are spot on as usual. It's going to be, we don't expect a massive grid tonight, but we've already got 18 on tracks. There'll be a few people probably joining us as they're finishing the 24-hour, because that was on today. A lot of our teams have done really well during the course of the day from some of the highlights we got, but we'll have a chat about them as we go. Epic racing on Tuesday night, and I guess we should expect bigger and better again.
Yeah, I think, with the pace of the pros out there, of course, the 80 minutes of racing that can really throw up any forms of spice or seasoning off of our little spice rack we have on Sunday evenings. I think we could be on for a great race. We had a great race last week for Winton, and I think tonight could be even better once again. Obviously, endurance action, top 10 shootout, some of the fastest drivers in Australia. What more could you ask for on a Sunday evening?
100%. So the basic, everyone who knows, with top 10 shootout, we'll do a normal qualifying. Top 10 will go to top 10 shootout. We go to a different server, and then we go for the race for the third server. So the race should start probably around 9 o'clock-ish.
Maybe quarter 2, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, quarter 2. So we'll probably have some of the drivers possibly joining us for the race and missing qualities. They'll be just starting from the back. So anyone who needs to join needs to reach out to Greg Barber or Tyson to make sure that you're in the session. But apart from that, I can't wait for it, man. Top 10 shootout. It's the last one for the year. Everyone knows how much I love them.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night of racing, of course. We've had little whispers of Super Sundays getting even more super leading into next season. So, of course, we had conversations about it the other day, knowing that there's going to be a free series being offered Sunday afternoons now in SRW going into next season. So we could be in for some big Sundays with Enduros and then with another series happening in the afternoon as well. But there's going to be so much more racing next season. We're only 2 rounds away from the end of this season. Then there's a 3-week break, and then we're back into it for season 3 with some massive stuff coming for some drivers out there. Even if they're not paid members, they still get to have a crack with SRW going forward for at least one of our series.
Yeah, look, there's a few more things on the boil as well, mate, that I haven't had a chance to talk to people about. But don't forget, we've got the I think we've got the F3 Formula 1 Shadow series as well, between series as well. And I've started a conversation this afternoon about a little bit of fun to be had between seasons with maybe a little mini league that will run for 4 weeks. So that could be something we'll reveal in the next 24 hours. So get on board and have some fun. Friday night, mate, our first Friday night GT3. I think we had, 28 cars?
Yeah, something like that. I think we had about 23 or so finishes. There were about 5 or 6 cars that didn't finish.
Yeah.
Which happens. It's Le Mans. But this week at Watkins is going to be really, really good. So it's right before the 6 hour. Going to be a good opportunity for people to get practice in for that sort of series as well. It's going to be bigger and better season coming next season, obviously. F3s, if we get the influx of entries, that'll move to 2 splits. Which I was going to talk to you about the GT series, actually, because we spoke about, obviously, 3 classes possibly in that one. And then I've spoken to some people as well. Maybe we could talk about doing how they do it in real life, where the top half of the field is pro, bottom half of the field is just regular GTDs, like real sort of IMSA and WEC style, where they're kind of just split down the middle.
Yeah,
of how they
I'm
are.
not a fan of splitting car styles because it
It's
just
the same.
doesn't seem to work for us.
It's the same car. It's just one half of the field is pro, the other half of the field is just regular.
Yeah, look, it's you know what it's about. It's not about I'm not really. It doesn't matter what's happening in the real world. It's about getting everyone there every week.
No, that's
and
right.
When you've got 3 titles going for it, everyone wants to rock up. Everyone wants to compete. That's the reason why the 86s is so big. It's the reason why the F3s are so big, because everyone wants to be there to fight it out every single week. So, I don't know. We'll try it out for the rest of the season, see how it goes, and then season 4 we'll get it polished. There's it's one of those things. Formula 3 we developed as we went along, and we got it to a formula where we were happy, and now it's really working. And the same thing will happen with the GT3. We'll just keep polishing it and get it there until we can. There's a few people out there. Brad Anderson, Evening, Jens, John Gallen got kicked off early having a nana nap. Ray Douglas, be interesting to see how SVG would go on this track of you guys. Well, you know what? We've got some fast boys in here. You know, you got War Boys. You've got Rihan. I think Bobby is going to be back next week because he's been crook. He's had all sorts of things in his life that's going on. And then you've got you've got no other people out there that aren't slouches, mate. Dylan Gray, you know, you've got Jamie Dyke, you know, the likes of those boys, Whiting, come along. There's heaps. The list goes on. The list does go on.
But it's, I mean, there might be, you know, all-out pace is not always the kind of, it's a double-edged sword sometimes. You might have all-out pace, but you might not be able to be clean enough across the whole race anyway. 80 minutes is a long while to go for one driver.
Very tactfully said, mate.
Yeah. It's a double-edged sword.
I haven't seen SVG race. I've never really been interested in watching him race, but I have heard that he's got some pace on him. But politically correct statement. He would need a good season in SRW to get into the structure of gentleman racing, where it's hard door-to-door banging with a bit of a conscience behind your actions.
It's very red mist.
Was that politically correct?
Yeah, and I'm going to go off the wall and just say he gets red mist.
Okay.
It's a lot of red mist as Dylan Gray starts his first attempt here at a lap around this track. He has got Brad Doble in behind him at the moment as they start their runs for the first time here in qualifying. Well, we've had Jacko say woo legends in the chat. I mean, we could almost just kind of announce it right now what is also going to be happening on Sunday, Synchro. Should be keeping close to our chest. So next season, the free series that we're talking about, which will be happening in the afternoon on Sunday. So we'll talk in Victorian time, and you guys can make the adjustments for your own time zone. So it'll be a 9-round series next season, Sunday afternoons. The session, the broadcast will start probably about 10 to 4. There'll be a 20. The sessions will probably start about 3:30, probably about half an hour of practice and then open quali, and it will be almost like Aussie racing cars a little bit, but with the Legends 34 coupes. And it will be heat racing, so either a 10 or 15 minute first heat, and then a 15 or 25 minute heat for the second race. Open qualifying, free series. So as long as you're a registered driver, you don't have to be a paid driver in SRW. It's free to anyone to come and race, have a crack as a nice intro to SRW, but also as a nice fun way to race on a Sunday afternoon, without the worries of having to sweat it. Obviously, I mean, you will get drivers who will be quick in them, of course. But it'll just be a way to introduce people to SRW, get more numbers onto that grid for the Legends World Challenge, and again, just some different fun cars to drive. Come and have a crack with us next season. Sign-ups will be going up in the break, and yeah, should be good. And we're conversing and deciding if we're either going to run the Supercars calendar so it works as an actual support category, or if we'll pick and choose certain Supercars races to align with, and then have some other tracks as well that might suit the car better. So it's a kind of a balance between its own thing as well as a support category as well.
Nicely said, mate. Nicely said. We've got a few more people. Shane Patterson, good luck. Will Brown from Coles.
From Coles, yeah. From Wish. Will Brown from Wish, or Will Brown from Coles. Oh, As Rehan crosses the line, he's on the fastest time in the session there, going pole position at 1:45.6. His teammate Will Brown goes 1:45.9, so he's on pace with him. Gallen goes P9 on the road, Crow goes P12, Dawson P13. A little bit of discrepancy in the lap times at the moment as Doddsy lets some faster cars by him as he has another crack at his lap. But should be a good fast-paced qualifying session here. 15 minutes. They're not going to get cut off at the end of the 15. They'll be able to finish their last lap. And then it'll be the top 10 to move on to the shootout in probably about 25 minutes. Oh, not from now. Probably about 20 minutes time, Sinker, would be when the shootout starts.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it'll take about 5 minutes to get them across the other room and get the other room live. So yeah, somewhere around there.
Shane makes a very good point. New damage model should be interesting because we didn't have that on Tuesday, Sinker, and now we have it tonight. So whole different landscape, because it means that incidents that happen, something that might have been, you might be able to drive it back on Tuesday, you need a tow now, like, because wheels will be coming off. You know, just all sorts of stuff that can happen to these cars now. It is going to be incredibly exciting, but incredibly dangerous for these drivers because they're not going to have as much leeway as they've previously had in the supercar ever since it came out in 2019.
Yeah. This is going to be very, very interesting. This could it could surprise a lot of people. It's going to be our first one for us. So who knows? You know, fingers crossed it doesn't go pear-shaped and we don't have wheels falling around everywhere. But I'm pretty confident it's going to be good. Our drivers are pretty clean. They know how to race around each other. This is a great track for SRW V8 supercars. The boys just seem to lift the level when they come here.
Well, not just that as well. How does this new damage model now affect the tyre wear as well? Does it change up the tyres or anything like that? You know, yes, it's new damage model. It changes how the cars retain and obtain damage. But does that also affect how your car uses fuel, uses tyres? You know, it's a little bit of an unknown for the supercar, but it's almost like it's giving new life to this car prior to Gen 3 coming in the future. And I think we may even see a lot more new drivers coming into this car now that it's had a bit of a revamp and a little bit of a rehash as Bruce Tannen goes P5.
Well done, Bruce. Boys are setting some stellar pace out there at the moment. It looks like all the Phoenix boys are going 1, 2, 3, 4 behind each other on track. It looks pretty good on my screen. You've got them there as well now, yeah. Doing some bit of draft, bit of line practice, I guess. They're all following around and getting a bit of a draft, and he's a good way to follow, a good way to learn. They've probably been doing this all week anyway, getting to know each other's race lines. Ray Douglas SVG was the only dude to do a 1.4 lap at quali at Namosa.
Yeah,
I'm a Ford boy, but I only follow Aussie and New Zealand boys in the US. Yeah, look here, it's good to see him do really well. It shows that our supercars here is not just a monkey sport. We breed some really quality drivers, and it makes you think. You know, you had drivers like perfect example, John Bow, who's a bit of a legend at SRW and supported us. Oh, one of the boys has gone for a spin down the bottom. He actually had a go at the F1 over there and was pretty close. Blonde guy at the V8s, was it what's his name?
Oh, Courtney was a Jaguar test driver.
Yeah, until he had that massive. Yeah, until he had that massive accident. So he could have been quite a legend. You know, he was actually really fast compared to a lot of the rest of them.
He was faster than Christian Klein, who ended up getting the seat. All the Phoenix drivers just had a big stack together off the exit of turn 1. He was faster than Klein and almost on pace with Webber. And then Klein obviously got the seat. But what could have been? He could have been a Red Bull driver. You know, with
look, very, very, very true. Very, very true. He could have been teammates with
Vettel,
with Webber. Yeah. You just don't know. It's one of those things. Life just takes you one way and another way, and he was happy with the way things went. Look, the boys are out there. More people are joining in the session as we predicted. Randall, Daly, and Dikey have jumped in. Dikey's in a position where he's got a title to fight for tonight, so it's good to see him out there. 18 viewers out there. Look, viewers, let us know if there's someone you need to watch or want to watch, or a team you want to know something about. Let us know. I've also got I'll get the boys in Discord to update where they finished for tonight's
24 hour.
24 hour, and so we can run down and go through that as well. So if you're live watching now, yeah, get in there and update us so we know what's going on.
Well, I've also just realised this is also our first shootout that we get to do with the double screen.
Ooh,
so it
yeah,
means we
this
can
is
have
good.
the onboard on the big screen and have the outside camera on the little screen, you know, following them around the track for both angles. We're going to be able, we're going to be able to go 3 dimensions soon. We're going to be taking the blue pill and knowing what's in the matrix at this point. But on board with Daly now is trying to set his first lap here in qualifying. Current top 10 as we stand with 5 minutes to go in qualifying is Rehan Leonardo to Will Brown, Anthony Lisbon to Dylan Gray to Brad Doble to Bruce Tannick, Tim Mulford, Gerard Sam Fuentes, Troy Sonship, Harry Dodds. Only one Pro-Am in the top 10. That's currently Dylan Gray, who's P4 on the road, who it is the worst kept secret in the world that he will be a pro next season, but he's having a good time as a Pro-Am at the moment anyway.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Still a bit of time there. Still a few boys out on track that are probably going to rip some times out. Let's see where some of them are on track at the moment. Let's check out what Mr. Dyke is doing, because he's one we expect to be up the top end, the pointy end of the track. He's going down the back straight towards the bus stop right now, and he has got, who's that behind him? Oh, that's the new livery of Mr. Dooley. No, not Dooley.
I laid it up for you as well and said Dodds, and then you still...
Yeah. Oh, I'm still not with it. I'm still not with it, peeps.
Harry
I'm getting
Dodds
there.
is the gum tree of Watkins Glen, apparently.
Yeah. Hey, there could be a gum tree. I never know.
I doubt it. It's in the US, they're probably all oak trees.
Yes. Weeping too.
Yeah, weeping.
Yeah.
Of course, New York
He's
State.
right on the back of him too there. He's thinking, I'm going to get a better time tonight while I stick behind my mate Jamie. Jamie's got 3 greens at the moment, so he's doing well. We know he's going to need to be all purples. And, Doddsy's nearly got a bit too wide there following him through.
He's really,
Right.
he's going camping underneath that rear wing of Dyke's car.
Yeah. I know the exhausts are coming out the side, like someone pointed out in Discord the other day, but yes, I do love to say that he's that close that he's sucking on his pipe.
I was going to say he's going to pitch a tent and go camping under the wing, but I thought that might be a little bit too risque, but all right. As Dyke comes across the line.
Mr. Dyke, where does he end up? He's
P17.
got 17.
Bit more pace to find in that car, apparently.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he's got another... Well, remember the last time we came out on this track? We had them all coming out as behind each other, giving each other drag. Remember that?
Yeah.
And they were all following through. There was a lot of team action going on. So tonight, he's got some support there. He does. Coleman's here. Coleman was his wingman last week as well. Let's see who's coming out. Riage is just come out as well. That's a nice pit shot from where my camera is at the moment. Looking out from the top, it's just switched. Let's see. That looks familiar.
It does look familiar, Jack Oz. He's running the retro Jack made the original of Shane's car. That's currently on my screen at the moment.
Okay.
And that was a retro that we ran in Vets 2 seasons ago. Remade.
Let's see who's on a bit of a stonker out there as well. You've got, I'll go with Mr. Tannick on my screen.
Randall's just starting his first attempt at a lap here. He's the only car on track who's yet to set a time here in qualifying with 1.5 minutes to go. So this will be his only attempt at a lap for qualifying. Let's see where he ends up. Tannick is in the pit lane at the moment. Do you want to go with Rehan, maybe? He's on track. There we go.
He's just as I went to reach out for him, he's gone and dumped me in the pits. I'm like, oh. All right, we've got 1 minute left, so the boys can still get out there and have a bit of a crack.
As long as they're
Excuse
on
my
track,
hiccups.
and they can start a time in the next 60 seconds, and they can get one in.
Yep.
But if they're in
So
the pits,
we're
they're
looking
done.
good. Dodgy's got himself right on 10th. That is a very close one
He's
there.
right on the bubble, and he's got Vela who's attempting to beat him. who's getting the
he's-
toe
he's
from
literally 6/100ths, 1/100th away.
Yeah.
So that's close. That's real close. It's like the top. For those of you who watch the F1 quali, that split in the top 10, that was like a second between the top 10. It was like, it was even tighter than that. I can't even remember. It was so late.
Well,
there was tense in it.
the top 19 cars who set times in this are all separated by less than half a second between each other at the moment.
There you go.
There was no one above half a second between themselves.
Yeah, we got 4 10s, 5 110, 4 100s, 8 100s, 6 100s, 1 10th, 1 10th, 0, or 300s, 3 10s. It's so close, it's ridiculous. It doesn't leave you much at all. It shows you the pace of this field is very, very close. It's going to be a great race, mate.
Randall's going to come across the line. He's going to be the first to end his qualifying here, and his one attempt at a lap. Has it counted for him? It has, but it's not good enough for the top 10. It's only a P20. I was expecting more, to be honest with you. Dodsey's out. It is a banker.
It is a banker.
He'll be starting from the back of the field, but that's okay. Plenty of time to make up spots in the race. As Steve Vella getting a tow from Will Brown at the moment, trying to get himself inside the top 10. He's got Gallen on the back of him as well. Both drivers trying to get into the 10 now to cross the line. Is it any better for them? Doesn't appear to be so. They're both going to get knocked out in Q1, heading in towards the top 10 shootout. Coleman wants to try and improve as well. Cowie's out there on a couple of greens too as Coleman comes across the line. Is it good enough for P10 at the moment, or is Dodsey surviving? Oh, Dodsey's currently surviving. Cowie, though, could be on.
He's surviving. Lucky they've got a free choice of tyres tonight. You know, it's like they're not like they're going to have particular tyres for a particular part of it all. Dodsey's got it. He's like, yeah, I'm safe. Troy Stone Street, he's done it as well. Temperature tonight, we've got a 21 degrees. Track temp is, where's the track temp?
It's 36 degrees.
36 degrees, yeah. So we had about, went as high as about 48 on Tuesday night. So the temperature is going to get warm. It's going to be a hot night tonight. That's what our expectations are. But you know what? It made it some amazing racing.
Well, it looks like Harry Dodds has survived somehow. Cowie was unable to better his time. As we come to the end of qualifying, we'll bring up our qualifying results now before we head into the top 10 shootout. If it will, give me the results. That'd be nice.
Yeah, Galen, there's a top 10 shootout tonight, mate.
Yep, there is the shootout. I think he's saying bummer he doesn't get to do the shootout.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, well, there's a few people that are missing out tonight because they're probably still doing the, or recovering from their stint of the 24-hour. But all reports so far is that it was I did hear that the broadcasters were fairly small companies that were doing it. They're not anywhere near the viewership that SRW has. Maybe
was
we'll
that
put
for
a
the
hat in the ring for next
24-hour?
year, mate.
Was that for the 24-hour, did you say?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
SimSpeed were doing it, and I think they
And someone else as well.
last night, I think because they went over to a US server for the mid portion of the race.
Yeah.
The Australian side for SimSpeed, I think they had upwards of 100 viewers at one point last night, and that would have dropped when it got late night, obviously, as the qualifying results come up now. Rehan
Here we
Leonage
go.
is on provisional pole position going into the top 10 shootout. Will Brown P2, Visma P3, Gray P4, Doble, Tannick, Mulford, Sanfuentes, Stone Street, Dodds will all be the drivers who participate in the top 10 shootout. Here tonight, Vella, Gallen, Daly, Dooley, Coleman all just missing out, with Dawson, Crow, Dyke, Cowan and Randall making up the rest of the running order in this qualifying session. The top 10's been sorted. They're going to go into their shootout. We're going to follow them in there, and we're going to see who is going to have the the luxury, I guess we could say, of being able to call themselves not only the last top 10 shootout winner of the season, but also the man who's going to be on pole for the race here tonight.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be very interesting. While we do that and get ourselves sorted for which server we're going to go into and all that sort of jazz, where is it gone? Pre and qual. Where's the next one? Withdraw from that. Go into here, and we're all in for the next session once it opens. So viewers out there, let me see if any of our drivers have poor Dikey. He nearly missed a session. He was looking for the series info. Well, we'll have to take that one up with admin, eh? Where they go on the series info should be the same as it was on Tuesday night. It should be there, but these things do happen. Wow, look at that room already full with all those people getting ready to do the top 10 shootout. That room, is that room open? Because I can't see it. No, I can't get in. Can you get in, Hamish?
No, I can't get it at the moment. It's just waiting.
Yeah, it's pending.
Yeah.
All right, so let's have a look at the open chat and let's see if we've got any updates. Oh, if we got any updates. Pace Syndicate been plugging away and currently sitting third in class. That's Marcus Kanitska. Excuse me. Yeah. Dean McKay, amazing driving standards. He's got a few videos here for me. And I'm tipping that it was, I don't know what that was. But no, that's it. No one else has given me an update today. Earlier on, the boys are doing really well. The Vermilion boys were P1 and split 4 at one point. And in the LMP2, they got 4 others running too. So they were doing really well. I know that Blackout OPR were running 9th and split 2 in the GT3s. And they had got shafted by a 2-lap penalty for contact. I heard one thing today, mate, that the penalty matrix was ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw it was it was
we're talking like 30-second stop and holds. Then there was 1-lap penalty and 2-lap penalties. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, I saw that as well. I thought that's
crazy.
That's crazy, especially for Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, what is it, a 4-minute 12 lap or something like that?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Depending on what you're driving in.
Yeah.
And then off you go and you're screwed if you're a lap down. That's shocking. Oh, mate. Anyway, hopefully people that run the series can get a bit of a grab on what the drivers are thinking and take some feedback on board like we do. It's nothing more important than listening to the people you race with and drive with, because if you guys aren't having fun, we're not having fun, and then the numbers just drop, and then you might as well just camp out and forget about it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and we're all about having fun and making sure that everyone's happy. Yeah, occasionally you real world gets in the way, and it sucks, and it's you try to do the best you can, but we're always improving and trying to get better as we go. The boys are all logging in.
Yeah, I'm just about to join the server as well. I'm about 90% at the moment.
Me too. I'm just ticking away. So don't leave us because you're going to see an awesome top 10 shootout. Jamie says that's 2 weeks in a row we've had no serious information. All right, if that happens, guys, let me know, and I'll get on the barbs and help him out because he's a fairly busy man, and he's probably put it in one and forgotten to put it in the other. But we'll work on that. We'll take the feedback as a positive. Mr. Dyke's pretty fast on this track too, so it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to battle his way through.
Well,
25 people out there watching, mate.
Yeah, it's we got a good amount of numbers here tonight, and it's going to be on for a great race, as we mentioned. Top 10 shootout still to come here. We've got a little bit of a practice session about to start. Is it going to go for the full 15-minute Sinker, or will they shorten it?
Well, they're going to have drivers coming in and out. They'll try to make it as quick as possible without we still got to got everyone through and have a bit of a chin wag with everyone. Have a look at you can't see my camera at the moment, but the undulation at one of these points was really, you could see how big it actually was. This is one of my favorite tracks, mate. What about you? What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's a little hidden gem. I think it's almost underrated a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's because it's driven a lot.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a little bit like Sandown almost, or a little bit like Phillip Island. I think this is almost like the US equivalent of Phillip Island.
Oh, this to me is the US version of Red Bull.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah, with some of the undulation corners going left and right and stuff like that, the little straights. But you know what? I hate Red Bull, but I love this track. For some reason, I like this track. I just think that's the bumps make it the challenge. You know, we go to the European tracks. A lot of them are really, really smooth, and the ones that did have bumps are getting smoothed out, like Barcelona and stuff like that. And then you got these ones, and they don't change the bumps, which is good because I think it leaves the traditional hang-ups of the track. You know, that back end, we're coming to the second last left-hander. You got the braking zone where right on the bump, and you got to either brake that a little bit earlier or a little bit later to avoid it. And I think those sort of things make the track special.
No, that's right. I think it's all looking as positives for this track, of course, as well. What we might just do is, I just need to walk away for a moment or two, Cinco. If you could just chat to the viewers for a moment. I will deliberately select whoever is first in the running, which will be Dodsy Ox. I'll deliberately select him. That way, it will automatically switch to him. If he ends up going out on track, I'll be back in just a moment. Though you have a bit of a chinwag with the chat.
I've got him selected in my little thing as well. So
cool.
The screen will pop up. So evening, Laura. Good to see you out and about, supporting us as usual. Mr. Douglas, g'day, buddy. Andrew Rushworth, cheers. Yeah, Tuesday night was a hot one and very slippery. Yes, it was, mate. It was like the old days at a nightclub where you were allowed to drop your cigarettes all over the floor and the drinks were everywhere, slippery as. And a lot of heat. The boys are saying there's a lot of heat affecting the tyres. So strategy is going to be key tonight as well. But we'll touch on a few things. The series is Fishy Motorsport Racing, should be interesting. No damage model has made the car quite sensitive to damage. Well, I'm hoping so. Coleman. I hope it doesn't fall apart. I've seen some of the impact on some of the races and some of the photos I've seen out there. I think it's more just making it dramatic rather than changing the impact. Like if your impact was a hit like we had last week, it would be the same. It's just that when you have your bigger ones, there's more panels flying off, and it looks a lot more dramatic. And you know, you saw Jamie Davis's spin in the 86 the other night, and he was in the air rotating, and the wheels were attached by the tethers and all that sort of stuff. So it should be interesting. But correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't had the pleasure of being able to go out there and have a spin or a race it's been 2 months now. So it's going to be a while before we get out there. Oh, here we go. Dodgy is coming out on his warm-up. So he's on his out lap. He's coming out of the pits. And should be some time for some action. Graze wall and it breaks suspension in the supercar now. Oh, that sucks. So not only on the top 10 shootout, you've got to worry about not going over your track limits, but you've also got to worry about not touching the walls and falling apart as well. It should be a very, very interesting night of racing if that's the case, Coleman. By the way, Coleman, have you got your hip flux yet? Blake Warboys forgot to start early tonight. That's okay, Blake. Get in. You can still get into the main session for the race. We'll let the boys know, and they can put you in at the rear of the grid, so you haven't missed out, because this will go for about half an hour. At this point, we've still got Dodgy doing his open lap and getting ready. He's coming up the back end and coming through. Yes, that's okay, Barbs, we understand. Just don't do it again or I'll smack your wrists. Never forget that whatever the sessions are on the Tuesday night for the boys, it's the same as on the Sunday, in case the boys do leave it out. I was out and about all day today, so I couldn't. I didn't realise, and I would have posted it otherwise. I usually help all the admins here and there if something gets missed out. But if something like that is missing, shout out to me, guys, and then let me know. So just send me a DM, say, Sinker, where's the info? Even if it's a Friday night or something like that, just let me know. Here he comes, Mr. Dodds. nice and clean. He's kept the momentum going through the first corner. Kept it right on the white line, just crossing the yellow stripes. Screaming through that engine. He's got a nice smooth line going today. Could be a good night for Dodsey. Let's see how he handles the bus stop. There he is. He's taking a lot of that curb. He's literally got all four wheels in the air there. Nice and tight and clean. He's been practicing this. He's up for a big one tonight. Nice and clean. He's followed that apex perfectly. Oh, he might have gotten off there. That was close. He might have gotten off, did he? I can't tell me. I think he might have slowed down. I think he's backed off, yeah. That was looking good up until that point. Young fellow will be kicking himself. So Harry's coming after the back end. He's just missed out that that top 10. He's got himself an off. He's coming to the back S's. I don't think there's anyone else come out just yet. I can't see it from my view. Maybe you can see it, Hamish.
Stone Street's out on track now at the moment.
He's on his doing open. Well, let's get Harry in here once he's crossed the finish line. He's unfortunately killed that lap with a beautiful... He was doing really well. He's going straight in. Let's drag him in for a chin wag. Mr. Dodds, was looking so smooth and on pace, mate.
Yeah, I ran wide going out of turn 5, and yeah, it's all.
It wasn't much, man. I'm telling you, it wasn't much. You just literally missed it, but you can just see you go roll over the white line. You were on there, and the inside wheel just drifted off, mate. But your time looked good. It looked like the car was really settled, mate. Your setup looks tight.
Yeah, well, when you're the first one out, you got to try and lay the bank down, and unfortunately, I couldn't do that. But oh well, it's a long race. It's an hour and 20 minutes. I've got plenty of laps to make it up. So. Yeah,
and you're in 10th place, mate. So it's not the end of the world. It's only five lines back, mate. It's not the worst place to be, put it that way.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens at that point. But yeah, no, best of luck to all the rest of the field, though. I do hope that we end up a bit further than we have right now.
All right, buddy. Take care. I'll see you later.
Will do, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Well, the good news for Dodsey is he's not going to lose anything. You know, he's nothing to lose, only to gain in the shootout. You know, he's gone from 10th to 10th. So, you know, maybe a missed opportunity, but
well, Barbs, you guys haven't moved Stone Street. He's going to start his hot lap. You haven't moved him into the green room, so he's got peace and quiet around him at this point. So there you go, nice. Here we go. So he's coming around to start his hot lap.
Here we go. Crosses the line, does Troy Stone Street. Fast-paced run down towards turn 1. Looks nice and smooth through there. Oh, bit of a wiggle on exit though, but gets the foot down nice and early. Gets the power down well, Sinker, to maximise this run up the hill. Oh, this is looking pacey already. Hopefully he can move up the field a little bit by the end of this top 10 shootout. Down now the back straight. Such a fast run down this straight down towards the hard braking zone of the bus stop. Hopefully Mr. Stone Street's remembered his bus pass as he comes through the bus stop on his shootout lap.
Different line to Harry in some of those earlier S's. This bit's pretty close, the same as Harry was going, but some of those lines earlier, he opens it up the line a bit more.
Now puts the foot down into the boot.
Was that an off?
You can take a little bit of extra track width on exit. I think it's whether he kept both his outside wheels, outside or inside wheels.
IRacing is taking it. Like,
yeah,
like the red and yellow, he was well over them, and then the last line, the inner line of the track line, the one we call the track line, is over that as well. But obviously iRacing doesn't look at it that way there.
Depending, you need to keep 2 wheels on the tarmac in most spots.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Well, we'll see when
we can look at that later anyway, but we'll see.
We can. As Sam Fuentes is also out there for his warm-up lap. He's coming round. Managed to keep it out of the wall with the bump. Into the final couple of corners now comes Troy Stone Street. He's had faster sectors than Dodsey did, although Dodsey's didn't count. As he comes round the final corner, takes a heap of curb on the inside. runs it down the straight. Is the time going to count for Mr. Stone Street? Crosses the line. It has, and it's a 147. Oh, may not be good enough for pole, but could be good enough for a top 5 sinker if a couple other drivers can't get a lap together.
That's it. Mr. Stone Street, you got your banker in, mate. How'd you feel out there?
It was a safe banker. That's all it was. It was pretty
Is this
slow.
your first top 10 shootout?
Nah, I did one at Sebring last year.
Okay, yep. Cool. Was it nerves?
Mate, the track's heaps hotter, heaps less grip than there was in the warm up, in the practice. All I could hear was crew chief just kept telling me how much hotter it was getting. So.
Yep, it's going to get hot tonight, mate. The race on Tuesday night got to about 48 degrees.
Yeah, if anyone can get in the 45s like in practice, then I'd say Rehan is probably the only one that'll be getting there. But yeah, it's way. I felt him way more slippery than the other one. So, and I did see Harry got an off track, so I thought, let's get one in.
Safe and sorry, mate. It'll be safe and sorry. All right, mate. We've got the hot lap of one of the boys out there, Cifuentes. Good luck, and see you at the other end tonight.
Thanks, boys. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Mr. Cifuentes. Even my wife goes. I said to her that night when I was going through trophies and stuff. She goes, "You like that name?" I said, "Oh yeah, I do."
If you ever have another kid sinker, you're going to call him Sam Fuentes Sinkovic. I'm sure
Sam
you will.
Fuentes. It's like that famous soccer team, Deportiva La Coruña. And when my wife hear in the background, she goes, "Ugh."
Yeah.
I just love it. When I used to get pissed, I used to say it all the time, Deportiva La Coruña.
I love as a person who's like I'm not Portuguese, but I love hearing like white people try and pronounce Portuguese names like Gonçalo, which is they pronounce it Gonçalo, or like João, which they just say like Joel or something like that. But Jerry's on a lap now. We'll see how he goes here in qualifying as he comes down towards the final couple of sectors. He's not on any purples at the moment, Sinker. So
no. He's playing it safe.
Yeah, he's going for the banker.
The heat is definitely something that's going to be interesting tonight. Troy Dooley, let's go Jerry and PSR boys. The Gallant fan club's here, Steph's here. Love Watkins Glen doing the 6-hour practice soon, definitely. Here he is coming down the back. Oh, nice and close to the wall, not as close as we've seen.
We have got War Boys in the ready for the race as well. I've noticed he's in the chat. He forgot it started earlier, but luckily he's been given a rear of grid. As Jerry comes across the line, 147.6, so not good enough for pole position at the moment.
No.
But not a bad lap either. As we now have Tim Mulford on track as well. I'll head over and focus on Tim as he does his out lap, and you can drag Mr. Cifuentes in for a chat.
It would be a case. Mr. Cifuentes, this sounds like it's going to be a case. In F1, the track was getting greener and faster. I think tonight, the track's going to get hotter and hotter and get slower and slower. What's the feeling?
Oh, 100%. That was a bit of a handful then. So
yeah.
Yeah, I was sideways out of a few of those corners, so it's getting hot out there. Yeah, it's all right. It's probably a better race setup than quality. I didn't have the outright pace this week around here, but this race is going to be about tyres and fuel probably, depending on safety cars. So yeah,
all right, mate.
Should be all right.
Good luck tonight. I'll let you go. We've got Mr. Mulford out there having a spin, so good luck tonight and have some fun, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
There we go.
Drag him out for some reason.
That's okay. I've just got.
I'll let you drag him out. It won't let me do it.
It's all good. I've got it. There we go.
There you go. So we've got Mr. Mulford out there. I'll get him up on cam and see how he's doing. We need to catch up and. There he is there.
They're releasing them super quickly. We're getting about 30 seconds of chat.
Yeah, that's okay. They want to get it over and done with because it's a big race tonight, so they can get them all out on track early because it's been a long week of weekend of 24 hours, and then they've got to top this off as well. Some of these boys have been out there. The boys like Dykey and all that, they've all been out there that I know of. I'm not sure if the PSR boys have not have been. Let's see how Mr. Mulford goes.
It's not showing me the sector history with Stone Street. I'm a bit upset about that. I wish it was. That's fine. We'll just keep Mr. Mulford on screen. He's not had any purples just yet, but he could go better than Mr. Sam Fuentes. He's had a purple, though, in Sector 4, so this is going to be a good time from the Phoenix Racing Team car. Comes around the final couple of corners and up towards the line here. I don't think it's going to be good enough for pole, but it could be good enough for the front row at the moment. Big slide out of the final corner, crosses the line.
Yeah.
What's the time?
Nice
P3, 147.79. I have to wonder if that wiggle maybe just it cut him back a little bit.
Oh, look, maybe a 10th worth there, which is not far off where he was. So very interesting. Let's drag him in and have a quick chat before the next guy comes out so we can catch it up. Mr. Mulford, how's it going out there, mate? How was that heat?
Can I get some ice buckets, please?
I've got the nitrogen ice sitting there, mate, and I'm going to blow the fan up towards your cockpit for you. How's that sound?
It didn't feel too bad. It was pretty good. It's only when you got to corner exit where you realised, oh dear. It felt good on entry.
Yeah. It looked the wiggles in the last corner, man. I thought you were going to take a bit of that wall with you.
Yeah, I had to bump down to second gear, so I didn't. But apart from that, I was probably on for a 47.4 maybe. But yeah, that's all right. We'll see where everyone else ends up.
Nice, mate. You got a good lap in there. It's a banker. Have fun, and we'll see you at the other end.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Mr. Tanik's now out there just starting off his lap sinker as he comes around the first corner.
I don't know why I can't move people out, mate, so you're going to have to do it all.
I've got it, mate. That's all good. I've got it. It's all right. And Mr. Tanik comes out onto the back straight now, on board with him and outside the car through sight and sound here on SRW TV, down into the braking zone of the bus stop. It's pretty much a one-line corner, or section of corners, I could say, through here, Sinky. You're on the limit all the way through when you're trying to get maximum pace out of the car. And the DPR driver is just trying to put a challenge into the likes of Stone Street currently in pole, and or possibly into the likes of Dylan Gray and Rehan Leonage still to come in this session as they comes down into the boot now. Oh, he's not looking too bad. How's the sectors looking? He's on a purple in the first and a green in the second. If he can hold this lap together, he could be on for pole at the moment, Sinker.
Yep, 100%. I'm not going to jinx him. But yes, 100%. He's looking good. He's looking very smooth.
That Laz Leonage in the chat saying, hey everyone, temps are rising quickly. Well, this could have a part to play. We're already at 42 degrees track temp.
Yep.
I mean,
they'll reach 48. That's what we had on Tuesday night, lad. So they're going to reach 48. They're going to keep ramping up. I think that Rihanna is going to have the hottest track out there when he gets out there. So it's going to make the playing field a bit more even.
What I think this is going to hurt is... what this is going to really affect is that mid-section of the track, you know, where you're through a lot of corners, like down near the boot and in towards the final sector.
Yes, that's going to get really slippery around there.
Yeah.
That
Comes
elevation
home,
change.
Yep, exactly. Comes home P3, 147.757. No 46s just yet, but that's to be expected with such a hot track at the moment. I don't think we're going to see a 45 in the shootout. Nothing against the likes of Rehan or anyone else.
How you going, buddy?
Good, mate.
How did that feel?
Disgusting. I didn't even look at the temperature till I got to turn one. I was like, oh, that'll be why it feels awful.
Yeah, the temperature's rising, mate. It's getting hotter and hotter as we speak. It's going to be a hot night, mate.
Yeah, they might need to go and do something with tune because I haven't got one for 44 degrees or whatever it ended up being.
Well, I'll give you the hot tip. Tuesday night got to 48.
Oh, nice. Oh, well.
Yeah, so you're going to be doing drifting tonight for 120 minutes.
Oh, well. I'll punch all these dudes at that, so no worries.
All right, mate. Have fun. I'll speak to you at the other end.
Cheers, bro.
All right, Hamish, you have to do the honours again.
I've got it, mate. Don't worry. I got you.
You got it? All right. Doble's out. I got him on track as well, so it's good looking good. So Doble has got the, what's he got in his liver at the moment? He's got the breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, and I think
I
it has the celiac. Does it have the celiac stuff on there as well for another driver?
It's got the Spectrum one.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, he's taken a bit of liberties over that first curb in the bus stop. He got a bit of air there. I think that's going to be a place where a lot of people are going to come undone, mate.
Yeah.
Taking a lot of air through there when there's cars underneath you, it's going to be risky.
Yeah, I agree. I think the fact that it's so hot, it's going to be so slippery through there. Drivers, I mean, I'm sure some drivers will have a setup just for qualifying and for the race, but they may need one if they haven't anticipated such a hot track tonight as well. It's going to be tough, but down through the toe of the boot now, up towards the heel comes Brad Doble for Team Go Slow Racing. See if he can go any better than anyone on track. Only 4 drivers have been able to set a time so far. It doesn't look like it's going to be a barn burner, but it looks like it's going to be at least good enough for the top 5 at the moment. Remembering that Dodsey wasn't even able to set a lap in qualifying. He'll be absolutely kicking himself now that he couldn't, because he could have actually been quite far up there with the hot track getting even hotter now.
Well, he
and a lot
looked
tougher
really
for
good
drivers.
those first few sectors, didn't he?
Yeah.
He looked really good. I'd love to see what his deltas were for those first few sectors. I'll have to go back and check him out.
Well, he had a
Here he is.
He had a 27 dead through the
Here we
first.
go, close to the wall.
Here comes Doble. What's it going to be for him when he crosses the line? Has it counted? It has, and it's P2 with a 47.2.
Nice. Good job. Good job. Mr. Doble, how you going, mate? Cracking effort there, mate.
Oh, mate. Track's getting hot.
Well, it
Getting very
seems like
hot.
you got out there right in the right time, because you put in a good lap, mate. You've put it all the way up to second, and it's only 3/100ths away from the top spot.
You know, pretty happy with it. Done the best of what I could. I sort of held back a little bit. You know, I was watching the track temp go up, and it's getting to me a little bit.
Well, it's going to make for an interesting race, mate. It's going to make for a very interesting race. Look, dude, have fun out there. You've got yourself in a really good spot. It's going to be elbows out at the start for you, I think.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
It's a
Brad.
great car
Take care,
anyway.
buddy.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
As Mr. Gray is now out on track as the only Pro-Am in tonight's top 10 shootout. Comes round the final corner and is about to begin his lap. We'll see what Gray can do. Could we see the first proper challenger to Troy Stone Street? We'll have to see how Dylan does in the hot session with the hot track. He did race on Tuesday. Did pretty well for himself on the hot track. It's whether, though, he can pull it together now in a Commodore for Sunday night. Was in the Mustang on Tuesday. And if he can actually find
The biggest
pace.
problem at the moment is his gear. Having PC issues and internet issues is going to be his biggest problem. So hopefully it all works out for him.
He's coming down towards the bus stop chicane, under brakes, or cut just high jumps that curve through there. Oh, it's a fast first sector. It's the fastest of the session at the moment, at 26.94. So at the moment, the Dylan Gray Motorsport Commodore will be sitting pole position as he goes 17.6 in the second. So he's right on the bubble there for the top step as he looks to come round through the toe of the boot. I'm just going to change that to current instead of best. And up towards the heel of the boot. This corner here will catch a lot of drivers out tonight, I think, Sinko. Going for moves down the inside, not prepared for the car to come beside them into the corner.
Here, and this one, oh, that's way too wide.
Yeah, that might be an off track for Dylan. We'll have to wait and
that
see.
looks like it.
But
Yeah,
this section's going to catch a lot of drivers out, I think.
Yeah, that
possibly.
corner that you just went through, that's a tricky one to come through nice and clean. It is a very fast corner, and a lot of guys will take liberties of going out wide, depending on how wide iRacing will let you go. He's taken it all the way as much as he can. He's
He's
kissed
scraped the wall. But I don't think the time's going to
is that gonna
count.
be an X?
It will, because he scraped the wall. I don't think it's going to count. Oh, it has. He's got pole.
Has count.
With a 147.01 from Dylan
Very
Gray.
lucky man.
He
Very
is-
lucky man.
I mean, I don't think he's old enough to buy a lotto ticket, but as soon as he
you haven't
turns...
been very lucky these last few weeks, last few rounds, but tonight I think you just paid off. Top step, mate, at the moment. And that wall kiss, I thought it was going to be an off track for you.
Nah, I didn't even feel the wall hit. That's the worst thing.
Well, we saw it. You could see it smoke up and everything. So we thought, oh yeah, this is gone, and we thought not a way to lose it. But it was actually pretty good, mate. You did well. How's the car feel?
Loose. Track was too hot, and that now the track temp's dropped down to 35. So I was thinking I might be challenging for pole. Not anymore.
Well, you're in pole at the moment. You're in 147 flat. We'll see how the rest of the boys go, mate. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll see you at the other end, and you won't be stuck with some internet gear problems or anything like that tonight.
I think I fixed that issue, which is the main thing.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Good luck.
Cheers.
So Barbs is saying the track temperature is dropping. Okay, so maybe it will go back up again during the race. It did on Tuesday night.
Ant Woodward in the chat. Great to have you in here, Ant, with us all the way from Wales. If I remember that correctly. But it's a 147.0 that Visma has to challenge now if he wants P1 here in qualifying here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. No one has gotten into the 46s in the shootout. But it could be on the cards for a 45 now that the temps have come back down to 36 or 35 degrees roughly as Visma comes through the first sector. He's gone 26.9. So he's gone quick there through that first sector. We'll see how he does. Actually, has he? Yeah, no, he has, yeah. Just double checking. 17.6 for the second. So we may see another new pole sitter as he comes round up towards the toe of the boot, up towards the heel as well.
Smooth. Looking very smooth.
Very smooth.
Not much wiggle in the rear end at all. He's got the car very planted.
He's doing incredibly well is the Accelerate Sim Racing driver. As we can see out the back of his car, just trying to keep it in line through this section. We're talking about before, going to be such a tough section during the race, especially if the track gets hot. In through the left, wants to be careful of the bump, of course. Does well, nice and smooth on the throttle on exit. And up towards the final two corners. And Anthony Visma, if he can hold together this final corner, he's done well through the second last. That's not going to count as an off-track. Gets the curb strike. Visma, it seems. Oh, is he going to go top? Is he going to go straight to pole position? He does with a 146.8.
2/10. Well done. Well done. What a drive. Doing really well. Let's get him in here. Mr. Visma, how you doing, buddy?
Good, thanks. How you guys?
Good, mate. How did that feel?
Oh, I think I got a bit lucky, actually, because the boys were saying the temperature was dropping, and as the guys were going...
It started to drop now. I think you got very lucky. It peaked at 38. Now it's dropped down to 36. I think it definitely will get hotter for the race because that's where it ended up during the week. But great effort there, mate. Really good.
Yeah, like those clouds come out and just at the right place at the right time, I think. So it wasn't like a super flash lap or anything. So, but 100% I'll take it and see how we go in the race.
Well, you've got to take them when you can, mate. And as long as you're at the pointy end, then you've got yourself a nice lap out there, man. Good luck, and hopefully everything works out for you for the rest of the night.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Cheers, buddy.
Okay, cheers.
All right, we got Mr. Will Brown on the track.
Times are now dropped down. The laps. Sorry, the track temperature's now dropped down to 36 degrees, so it's getting even colder, Sinker. So we will see, I think, an absolutely mega lap from both Brown and Leonage here. If they can hold it together, of course, as Brown comes up towards to end the first sector, goes 27.0. So, in fact, he hasn't actually been able to match Visma's previous first sector across his lap. But if he can hold it together through the midpoint, which we thought would challenge a couple of drivers, he could be on here for a result in qualifying.
Yeah, could be a good one now. This is the famous Will Brown we're talking about here.
the Will Brown from Coles.
33 viewers out there, thank you for joining us tonight all. I know it's been a big weekend of iRacing out there, and people are thinking, oh, not another race to watch, but yeah, this is SRW, and we do have some awesome drivers here.
Not even just iRacing, motorsport in general. Like the amount of motorsport streams that were happening last night. As Brown goes fastest through the third sector, like there was... Oh, but he's had a big wiggle through the corner. That's going to be qualifying done and dusted for Will Brown. He's going to start P9 on the road if he finishes this lap off, but he is going to be nowhere near the front, and he will be absolutely hard on himself for making such a mistake.
It just dribbled the front end. I saw it a couple of corners earlier. The front end just went loose on him, and it just looked like it happened again. He would be cursing. He slowed down a fair bit too.
He comes down across the line. It's not going to be good enough for anything absolutely spectacular. P5 on the road, so still a good lap for him, actually. He did well. He didn't lose too much through there, but what could have been?
Oh, that was frustrating.
Front end was sliding on you, wasn't it?
Oh, just one corner.
turn
Yeah, I saw it come through with the front end slid a bit on you, and I thought, oh yeah, he's got it all right. And then the next big corner, it went even more, and I thought, oh, poor bastard. But you know what? It's still fifth at the moment, so that's the third row. That's not a bad thing, mate. Third row is still a good place to start this race for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I got some.
Oh, is he still there?
I think we might have lost him.
Unfortunate. Well, best of luck tonight, Will, if you can still hear us, mate. We're going to focus on your teammate, Rehan Leonardo, now, and hopefully you can make some gains in the race, starting from the third row of the grid.
Good luck, Will. So I think he's mic'd on him halfway through that.
He did say goodbye to us, so it was actually back at the end there. But Rehan's now starting his lap. And will we see a 35, or will it only be a 36 for Rehan Leonardo? Well, we're about to get the answers as he comes through turn number 1. Looks nice and tidy from the young fella. Perfect line through there on the exit as he comes up through the S's now for the first time. And I mean, he's just putting on an absolute masterclass through this sector. It is such a tough part of the circuit. Can catch a lot of drivers out. This makes it look easy.
Yeah, you know what? The engines don't seem like they're screaming as loud as they normally do. I know it's just the distance from the track and the speakers. Oh, that was a fair bit of air there. That was a good little skip.
Big old curb strike from Rehan as he's gone fastest in the first sector now. And comes round through to go through sector 2, and this looks like he's going to go straight to the top if he can hold this lap together. Andrew Uthter saying Rehan's to a low 46 to high 45. My guess, he's crazy quick. Well, I think now that the temps have actually come down here on track, he should be on for a good lap. Oh, it's actually gone back up to 37 degrees, so
yeah,
it's not as high as it was for the mid-pack of the 10, but
yeah, it's on its way back up for the race.
As he comes down into turn 8, does well to keep it in line. This has been an absolutely mega lap. And up through turn 9 now. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle, but catches it through there.
Yeah, that was nothing. That was a little drift.
Yeah. Comes through the second to last corner now. And Rehan Leonardo, to no one's surprise at this point, I think I can confidently say, will come across the line and he will go straight to the top of the shootout.
Yeah, he had plenty left in there. He had plenty left in there.
Yeah, 146.24 for Rehan. An exceptional lap time. Not his best,
I reckon
but
he played it safe.
Yeah,
Let's find out. Yeah. Rehan, how you doing, buddy?
Good, thanks.
Was that you playing it safe?
It was actually quite slippery. I think track temp went back up a bit during the lap.
It did, yes. Yes, it did, yes. Yeah, we did it because we knew you were coming out. And so, how did it feel? Was that you pushing to the limits then, or was it you were a bit off the pace a little bit? Because it looked like you weren't pushing it that hard.
I definitely at the start of the lap was pushing it hard, and then I realized it's a bit too slippery for that, so I just started to play it a little safe towards the end.
Yeah,
and almost gotten off track at one of the last corners.
Yes, we saw that. But great effort, man. Nice and smooth. If anyone wants to watch a nice smooth lap, that's the one to watch tonight. I think Harry Dodds' first few sectors were nice and smooth as well, and he binned it from there. I think those were the two smoothest runs we saw. Unfortunately, he didn't complete his, and you completed yours. So well done, mate. Congratulations. Out on pole position. Once you're going to be a hard man to catch, man, because once you're out, got some clean air. I've seen what you do out there. You get that clean air and you just go for it and get out there and run. War Boys will be joining us from the back of the grid, I'd say, if he's going to make it to the track as well. So there's going to be a few boys that'll probably pop in late, mate. All I can say is have fun.
Thank you very much. Look forward to it. It's a long race.
What do you prefer, your short sprint or the long runs?
I think it's honestly I like shorter ones, but every now and then it's good to have a longer race as well.
You do any enduros?
I do normally Bathurst 1000 for like scops and stuff.
Yeah.
And any other enduros for certain leagues as well.
Yeah, cool. All right, mate. Good luck tonight. Good to have you on track. I hope you have fun.
Yep. Thank you. See you guys.
All right, Hamish.
We will unfortunately not be able to show the provisional results because the qualifying session technically hasn't ended. Because
Oh,
there's
this
still,
is true.
there's still
The
like half
boys
an hour
will,
of quali left. So
the boys will flick it forward for us, and then we can. I wonder if I can do that.
you might be able to if you're a server admin. Just advanced session.
And that is under.
That'll be at the top. So at the top of your UI, you can't do it. You're not server admin.
No, I'm not.
It would normally be up where you configure controls is, but doesn't.
I'll have
let
to
you
set
do it.
myself up as a server admin for going forward, race something and zoom it forward. But the boys are in there; they're looking at it all, and they'll advance the session at some point. But what a great top 10 shootout. On top step, we've got Rian with a 146.237. We only had two blokes come down in the 46. The second was Anthony Vismar with a 146.8. So that's our front row. Second row is Dylan Gray with Troy Stone Street. Third row, Brad Doble of William Brown. Fourth row, Gerard Cifuentes of Bruce Tannock. Fifth row is Tim Mulford and Harry Dodds. So nice to see out there. I saw my name up there and I'm like, what? That's the best I'm going to do in the top 10.
Wasn't even in the 10 technically either. It's still outside the 10 technically.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, actually, no, I was in 10th because Harry Dodds finished
didn't
with
set a
a lap.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, excuse my cough.
So
But that'll get us out of that server, and
we're still waiting for the other one to open up. So they've got to do
the other one will take a little bit.
Of course,
take a little bit to open up. So
we
that's
get
all
a
cool.
chance. We get a chance to talk about things now, Cinco, while we wait for that to happen. We
Well,
get to.
You can't. This is true. And I don't know if anyone was following my posts today. I got a bit pissed off with Jacques Villeneuve today. So I wrote my own little rant and my own little piece on his commentary, and got a lot of people liking my response actually. So I was quite happy with that. That's one thing.
Why? What did he say? What did he say? What did he do that?
Oh, he just said that Ricardo doesn't deserve to be out on track at all. All he is a good smile, basically, and that his days are done. And then I wrote a nice little article that everyone seemed to agree with, which was very clear and simple. That from what's been happening in the last few weeks is, well, not just last few weeks, in the last season and the beginning of this season, Ricardo was put in there for a reason. He was put in there because the two young boys, Liam and Sonoda, and then the chap that was in there, De Vries, before him, couldn't give the information to the engineers on what needed to be done to the car. They weren't improving the car. Liam did go in there and give Sonoda a bit of a spanking, but at the end of the day, it wasn't. They didn't improve the car at all. Ricardo's come in and he's improved the car dramatically with his feedback. And that's what they wanted from him. They wanted the feedback to come back so they can get the car running because they knew the car was a good car. So basically, that's what he's come and done. It's worked really well for Sonoda. Sonoda's got full credit for that. He's loved it. He's working really well. He's racing well, and he deserves his extension to his contract, which is right on the money. He's pants Dan for the beginning of the season. Dan's performance, admittedly himself, said it isn't that flash, but it is. He's starting to get the grips of the car, starting to feel the car a bit better, and the results are showing. So that's why he's there. That's why the devil is in what you know and what you don't know. If they're going to put Lawson in there for next season, they're going to be back in trouble because the car development that they're going to need for 2025 isn't going to be there because he hasn't got the experience with the cars and dealing with that side of the technicalities of it all. So Dan's going to get better and faster. And my prediction is they'll sign him, but they're just waiting to see if he can get his pace back up to the top end. And he did it today. He showed today that he's still got it. I mean, fourth, he was couple of tenths out of the top spot.
I think Dan, unfortunately, he's past his prime now. He's missed his opportunity. No, he is. He's on 30. I think he's still on pace, but he's not. I don't see him getting a positive seat anymore. In terms of like a top end team.
He's not going to get an opportunity like Perez unless he really lights up the tracks in the next season or so. But he's going to get the opportunities where, like, everyone thought Alonso, it was all talk and hot air because there's a lot of hot air driver in the early days. He just went and pissed off teams. That's for those of you who've watched F1 for a long time will know that. And he came back and he proved that he could still race. So I think Daniel's got the hunger for it. And while he does have the hunger, I think he's going to be a fast driver. He's just going to get the car underneath him that he's happy with, that he can trust, so he can throw it into those corners that he knows he can do. It's a bit of time. I think everyone will watch this space. By the end of the season, he's going to be right up there. He's already shown tonight that he can do it.
I think he will. I think he's in this scenario and in the situation that David Coulthard was in when he was at Red Bull. I think he's actually past his opportunity now to win anything, because I think the guys who were younger when he was winning are all at their prime age now. You think of Leclerc, obviously Verstappen. You look at George Russell. Mercedes has made claims that they're going to commit to Kimi Antonelli next year. But new rules are not next year. New rules are the year after.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, any team can be any team. This is the beauty about these new rules. Any team can be up there next season. And watch this space for Williams.
It's not next season though. It's the season after the new regulations
it's next
come
season
in.
as well. You watch the next season. It's gonna be interesting, because you're gonna have a lot of teams investing money. Williams are doing some cracking work out there. I'm not sure who the second driver is going to be there next season. They've just extended for.
I think it's going to be Bottas. And
there's
what's his
talk,
name?
but
there's
the
also talks of Sainz going there as well, which
Carlos Sainz is their main objective.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the one they want.
Then again,
out on
Sainz is also likely going to go to Sauber when they change over to Audi in 2 years' time.
We'll see. He's even though I think he's in a bit better form than Dan at the moment. He's in the same situation as Dan. Except he's just in a bit better form at the moment. He's got that age now as well, where he might not be in another championship team, winning, battling team. But you just don't know with the new regulations if you're in the right place, right time.
No, that's right. But I think the likes of Ferrari and even Mercedes are probably actually going to be back up the top end a lot more prominently with the new regulations in 2026. Obviously, no more DRS. Now they've got push to pass.
Oh, they did shocking.
Oh, I don't mind it. I don't mind no DRS, because currently DRS is the only way you get overtakes done. Where now that they have push to pass and the cars are going to be a bit smaller, there's going to be a lot more closer battling.
Need some track action.
Yeah, we're loading into the server now, Mark. We're loading into the server now.
We're getting there. Mark, track action is going to be fast and furious tonight. It's going to be out there. Let's just quickly catch up. Locked on 9th in LMP2 in Split 5, 16th and 17th in LMP2 to start. Still going. Currently P2. Brendan Grotch currently P2 in Split 6 for the GTPs. Chasing down first, but I think he's too far from the back. Ben Faulkner, LMP2, Team P1 in Split 4. LMDH Team P6 in Split 1. And Jake Edwards has got Blackout OPR. GTP been on the back foot since the first hour, coping with a 1 lap down penalty. Currently in P12, Split 3. Majors can suck a
a phallic device, possibly. As cars are now out on track for their practice sessions, we get about a 10-minute break during this practice, as it has been in there for 5 minutes until we go racing, of course. But there is on-track action, Mark, so you get some on-track spectacular displays here for some drivers in the session, as we give plenty of opportunity for drivers to get in case they missed qualifying. They will just be starters in the back of the field, of course.
Yes, 100%. And it should be a fun one.
It should be a good race ahead. And, well, we're a little bit off with our time, Sinker. You said 9 o'clock. I said 1:45. It looks like it's going to be starting about 20 past. So we're
good. It's good. You know why? Because we were still thinking we were starting at 8 o'clock.
That's right.
Well, it's even better for the boys because they've got an hour and 20 minutes. That means they'll be finished about 9:30. Everyone will be Betty Buys and going to bed early so they can go and get ready for getting up at 2 in the morning, I think it is, for the F1s.
Well, that's it. And if F1s is anything like the F1 Shadow Series on Wednesday night, it's going to be an unmissable race. It's going to be absolutely chaotic. So we'll see if they can bring the beans like we did. If not, well then just watch back the Wednesday race. If you're a bit bored by the F1 at Canada.
quickly, went on track, which is awesome, which is what we sort of expected tonight. It's going to be a lot of pace, a lot of close fighting. 2 screens showing the drivers in the mid-pack at the front. So if it's someone you're following and you want to see, let us know. We would be very happy to share them with you. 30 people watching still, well done. Come on board, ask us any questions, please do. Starts at 4 a.m. tonight, does it? Oh, wow.
Yep, regular American race or US and Canada race, 4 a.m. start. As I am getting some drop frames in the second, so you may just need to stop sharing the screen at the moment.
Just let it settle already.
I'm sure it will. We'll wait and see.
The boys are out there in my screen, fast and thick as well. I'm loving it.
I love Visma on the main screen at the moment. If we get your one, actually, I've got to actually make sure I'm
355 wake up, you reckon?
You haven't even got your screen shared yet.
Oh, haven't I shared it?
No, you haven't. It closed between sessions, and I've just been sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
Oh man, I'm getting old.
We all are. That's the way of life, isn't it?
Yeah, clock keeps ticking. No matter what you do, you can't stop it.
That's right.
My young fella today jumped on top of me and was shaking my belly, and said that I need to power up and have one of his muffins to lose weight.
Oh, just wait. He'll get older and he'll realise muffins do not equal weight loss.
No, he's Rushworth. Just one job you have to do, Sinker. Just one job.
Exactly.
And you can't get that damn thing right.
Exactly. You had one job, Sinker. We're docking ya. That's
Can we see Gallon? Oh, are you guys dating? Steph?
Yeah.
Come on.
Where is
I'll
John
put him in the
Gallon?
bottom screen.
I've got him. I've got him. He's on the full screen. He's on the big screen.
Oh, look at this. The inside rays just decided. More balls on the inside. These guys are racing during practice here.
Yeah,
the bottom screen.
They're having a good crack. WKB against DG.
Look at them go. Oh, you know what? It's going to be a killer night tonight, mate. I'm expecting some epic fighting out there. Epic. It's going to be just, hats off.
Why is there round 7? Why is there a BMW on track, Barbs? Why are you on track?
Hasn't that enough?
Apparently not.
Give me 2 6. I'm just going to crack one open.
I need to go and collect one in a moment. Then, if you're going to crack one open.
Don't you dare leave while I'm cracking one.
Well, if you've got your noise.
It's all right.
If you've got your noise suppression turned on, we won't be able to hear the crack. As Gallon comes on through the bus stop during this small practice session. His poor missus. We all know that Mark Cochran is John Gallon's missus. That is the relationship that's on here. I feel bad for Dave Arden who has to land the helicopter every single week and find this out. As the drivers are coming thick and fast. In this practice session, nearly every car is on track. The only ones who have not gone out, who are not on track at the moment, Rehan Leonage, Dylan Gray, Alan Dawson, Brad Doble, Jamie Dyke, and Travis Daly as well. Yes, I know these things. I know the ins and outs, the secret. This is how the PER Apex combination has formed. You know, it's like both sides to a marriage. They're the in-laws. You know, Apex is the in-laws to PER, and then vice versa.
What are you on about?
Oh, we're talking about how Mark and John are husband and wife.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
Yeah.
They can have whatever pronoun they want.
Exactly. And then I was saying, well, it seems like Apex and PER are like in-laws to each other.
And I was going to say, Steph, it's okay, mate. You can have your favourites out there. It's just like JP on a Thursday night. He just, as soon as the Carlin boys are on screen, he's like, oh, he gets all excited because he loves watching them race.
I'm disappointed he's not a fan of the only English driver in the whole field. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, well, mate. It's for him. He just sees them every day, so he doesn't give a rats, to be honest.
That's true.
Oh dear me! All right, how much time have we left?
About 4 minutes, Sinker.
4 minutes.
Yeah. As I just realised we're both looking at the same cars on track, so I'll just change mine to someone else. And while we do that, since you walked away for a moment, I'm going to walk away for a moment. So I'll be back in a second.
Cool. Yellow is an Apex old guy from the very beginning 3 years ago. Oh, there you go. Did we have any more updates from this weekend's, if anything was any more updates from this weekend's racing? Soz, my TP is cooked. Tyson driving safety car. Oh, there you go. So that means we're going to have one on the wall. Anyway, it's good to see a lot of the drivers that were out there all day today, racing away, made their way to the track. Thank you very much for coming out for a spin, and the viewers out there as well, as if you haven't had enough motorsport this weekend. Who is the pick for tonight? I think Leonage is going to be hard to beat from the front. When he's leading out, we've already seen he can gap it very quickly. I like it when he's not on the front road, because then he's got to work his way past, and he's a very safe passer. He tries to make sure that it's very clean, which is awesome to see. Doesn't take the risks when he doesn't need to. Oh, here we go.
What's Barb's shit talking now?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. They're going to advance the session.
You know, I'm going to make... This is going to be a bold... It's not going to be my official prediction, but it's going to be a bold scenario that can play out.
Yep.
This is not my prediction, though. My prediction for... Because someone asked about safety cars before. So for safety cars, I think we'll have 2. But there is a scenario that we have 4, and Anthony Visma wins. That's the dream, you know, write it yourself storyline.
All right, this is my top 3 tonight, and it's going to be a tough one. Leonage first step, Warboy second step, and Dyke third.
Yeah, I'm going to say Leonage, Visma.
Fuentes. Ooh, yeah.
And I think surprise top 10, no favoritism at all, Robert Crow.
Brett Anderson, if you get Cowie an interview tonight, ask him how the State of Origin went tonight.
He's in chat, he said good.
He's not racing tonight.
He is. He's in the session. He just didn't make the 10. He's not on track at the moment. He's P19 in the session.
Oh, yes, I can see him in the session. Yes.
Yeah, Cowie,
just grayed out.
Cowie famously is a New South Wales Blues supporter who lives in Queensland. So he's
really?
not a happy camper. Not that I follow State of Origin, but
they get spanked, did they?
They did, apparently. I saw the scoreline. Cowie will not be happy, as we have about 30 seconds till the end of practice, and we get into our 80-minute affair here tonight. Well, we'll have to follow on with Blake Warboys at some point, because he's going to be trying to run through that field. He is going to be fighting for his life to get through this field here tonight. There could be some early chaos with a couple of drivers in the mid-pack who will be pushing early to try and make it up the front. So I have to wait and see if it's going to pay off for anybody, but gonna be a good one ahead for us here tonight.
Ooh. Oh, I just saw Mr. Coleman remove the front clip of his car. That thing fell apart like crazy. Whoa, it'll be interesting. Viewers, keep your eye out tonight for the accidents, because the new
damage model
is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting.
It will be indeed. Starting grid for tonight's final enduro of the season. Round 7 here for the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Super Sunday Series here for Season 2 of 2024 out of Watkins Glen. It'll be Rehan Leonage starting on the front row ahead of Anthony Visma of Accelerate Sim Racing in P2. Dylan Gray will then start P1 for the Pro-Ams, P3 on the road ahead of Troy Stone Street with Brad Doble and Will Brown making up the third row of the grid. Gerard Sanfuentes, Bruce Tannock
that make up the top 8, with Tim Mulford and Harry Dodds making up the final of our top 10 shootout runners. Steve Vella, John Gallen then start just outside the 10 as we then move back to see Travis Daly, Troy Dooley, David Coleman, Alan Dawson, Robert Crow, Jamie Dyke, Andrew Cowan and Shane Randell. They were the only other drivers to be in the qualifying session. And then Blake Warboys, the late entry in for 21 cars on track. Greg Barber, Tyson McAvoy, our race controllers here tonight. Let's get ready to go racing around Watkins Glen for 80 minutes of intensified action thanks to the new damage model on the V8 Supercars.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be an interesting night, viewers. I've got my camera on Dodgy in 10th place.
I'm going to unshare my screen just for the start, so we don't have too much blinking off the start. That's all.
Yep. Van der Merlen says it'll be Rian, Blake, and Dylan.
I don't mind that pick, and that's pretty good. It's going to depend if Dylan can stay clean in the traffic. He knows that as well. He's well aware of where he can improve. I've had good chats to him about that. So,
Mr. Barbara's doing some dad jokes, and he's like, "How's a serenity out here?"
Oh, that's another thing I need to point out as well. Shane Patterson's pointing out as well. Shane Randall with his new direct drive that he got for free from Shane after winning a contest that only myself and Shane entered. So this is actually the first time that Shane gets to drive with it on track in a race capacity. So I'll be interested to see how he goes with it.
Nice.
He couldn't have gotten it at a better time. He goes into Split 1 next season of Vets, so he really could not have dropped the old Logitech.
Keep your eye out on the SRW sim shop, because we've got some new direct drives going to hit the market soon. We do have the Camus C5 available at the moment, but we also have some new direct drives coming as well. So watch that space.
I'd love to be able to test one, Sinker. If you can send me a test one, that'd be nice.
Well, we'll have the showroom. The showroom is nearly complete. You'll be able to come down and drive it in the showroom and test it out and see what you like. We'll have different rigs to choose from, different wheels to choose from.
Well,
I'll keep you all posted.
Very good. We are waiting for the lights to go up here for tonight's race. There's normally 3 minutes of gridding, and then we get the lights going. Lights are going to go up now. Rehan on pole. Anthony Visma alongside. Who's going to get the jump down towards turn 1? Start's going to be crucial at Watkins Glen. They are away. I think a little bit of tire smoke in the background there from Travis Daly as they come down towards turn 1 for the very first time. All spread out. Need to keep an eye on turn 1 though, as Dyke looks to make moves early down the inside on Travis Daly there on the entry. Rehan's had a great start, so has Musner, so has Gray, as they come up the S's for the first time here tonight, Sinker.
The back of the field, man, that was close everywhere. Like Dooley and those boys are just fighting it. Like he's got Mega Turbo all over him. Crazy 2-3 wide. Dykey's taking a move on the inside. Dooley as well. These boys are flying. Oh! Did you see the amount of curb that Bruce took? It is side by side with Doble in the back end of that field.
So they make it through nice and cleanly through the bus stop chicane for the first time here tonight, down into the entry to the boot. They look good at the moment. We see Daly trying to cover the inside line. As Mulford and all the others make their way through into the boot section.
Right, nice screen up in the bottom corner. You'll see the battle going on in the back of the field. It looks like Tannock has basically started to be the cork in the bottle, and he's got those boys fighting like crazy, too wide in some of those corners.
As Leonage leads them round into the heel of the boot. Looking all right at the moment, nice and tidy as they come through. Be careful not to get caught out by the boot, of course, and the bump.
Goosebumps. The amount of pressure that's going on out here is crazy. Watching these boys come around that back end of the boot is just nuts. Just zoom, 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 zoom. All these cars going through like nuts.
They come onto the main straight now.
Oh, how close they get to that wall.
There's a wild run down the main straight here at Watkins Glen, as Leonage leads the way to Anthony Visma, Dylan Gray. That's the top 3. They've started to break away a little bit here. Tannick, Doble, Dodds, Stone Street, Sanfuentes, Brown and Mulford make up the top 10. Blake Warboys is already up 7 positions in this race. Jamie Dyke is currently up 5 positions here.
Yeah, the boys at the back, them two are fighting through it like crazy. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes, whether Dykey's going to let Warboys through or they're just going to fight through the back. You can just see Warboys away, skip that entry to the bus stop. He had all 4 wheels in the air. Dykey's on the back of these boys like crazy. He's got Vela. It is Vela he's got, yes, on his sights, and he's having a look at this moment on the inside. He's let him go through cleaner.
Well, Coleman's had a bit of an off-track in the background. I think he's just running a little bit wide. On board now with Jamie Dyke. That was Coleman who's had an incident in the background.
Oh, no.
Where is he on my screen? There he is there. Oh, and that car is looking poorly at the moment, Sinker. Well, it's not too bad, actually. He's done well not to hurt it too much. Quickly look at the replay. Oh, it was a big slide. Where did he go? I can't even. He's ended up on the club circuit. So luckily for him, he ended up on the club circuit and then managed to pull it back out again. So
yeah, Warboys is going on the outside of Dykey there. At the moment, he's having a bit of a sniff. Dykey's got the inside line. Will he keep him out wide? He's keeping him out wide. They're coming up to the final 2 corners, side by side. Warboys is snucking in through in the final corner. Dykey is right on the back of him. He's not going to let that run through. Coleman has called that in. He said that there was a bit of contact there somewhere along the lines. So great to, unfortunate for him. That's Warboys up 8 places. Dykey up 4. Dodsey up 4. Tannock up 4.
They're doing really, really well early on here. As Randell's up 1, Gallen's up 1 as well. Biggest loser of this race, David Coleman, is down 6 spots. And as well, Travis Daly's down 4, and then Brown and Stowe Street are down 3 at this stage in time.
Warboys having a gun in on the inside. He's made it move in bus stop entrance. What a pass. That was so clean. That was on Vela.
He's done well to get that move done there. If you look up a little bit further ahead, Stone Street's got Dodds in his sight. He's got Sam Fuentes in behind him as well. The battles continue on fast and furious here. Look at Dykey go. He wants to get that move. He doesn't want to let Warboys run away at this point.
No, he doesn't. He can't. And he's made the inside line. Oh, his nose was cut off. He just pulled that out in time to make sure he could live to fight another day. But he's right on the back of Vela and putting the pressure on like crazy.
As they come down towards the hill, the boot looking nice and tidy at the moment. Getting into their rhythms are these drivers at this stage. Daly's under pressure in the background from Crow as well, who's trying to help his teammate Randall make his way through the field. So those guys will be working together. Dawson and Dooley are battling it out for P15 on the road. And then we're looking at the battle that you're looking at now. Dykey's given a bit of a flash as he comes up the inside of Vela. Vela holds it out wide though.
Oh, Vela's gone wide. Dykey's got him. He's got him. He's going to get into the wall. They're going to keep it clean. He's got the run on the outside. He's made it past. He's opened the door and closed it.
Travis
Bell hasn't
Daly.
given up yet.
He hasn't. Travis Daly's been given a drive-through penalty for the contact on lap 2 with David Coleman. So he'll unfortunately have to trundle his way through the field, and he's going to drop a heap of spots off that.
Yeah, he will, definitely will. Ooh,
so what this now does is it now gives 3 positions to Crow, Randall, Cowan, and it'll give a position back to Coleman when he makes his way past the lane, as he should be. I think he'll be close enough to get past Daly when he comes through. But that now makes the Infinity Motorsport drivers and the PSR car of Cowan makes their job a little bit easier here tonight.
100%. I'm going to take my camera to the front of the field for a bit because we've got Rihan just gapping it like crazy out there. He is already 1 second over Vismar. Vismar 2 seconds to Dylan, and then Bruce Tannock 4 seconds off that. So the boys are doing some epic fighting. They were gaps, not intermediates.
They're looking for their interval.
Interval, correct.
Yeah, there we go. As you can
Hang on,
see.
let me have another drink. I'll be there, Andrew.
Is it Pepsi Max tonight, Sinker?
Is it what?
Is it Pepsi Max tonight?
No, tonight's just 0 pounds, mate.
Ah, okay. I actually noticed today that Kirk's have now got their own orange soda in the market now.
They're like Slades, aren't they?
Yes.
Old school. What do we got?
Love a Kirk to the Singo. It's good.
Never had one. Never had
Haven't you?
one.
Oh, it's a good time.
Ooh, Harry Dodds has got Troy Stone Street. I'll
Yes.
pop that on the bottom screen.
I've got it on screen already, Singo. It's all good.
You have? You
I
already
have.
got it on the screen?
Yep.
That is a very, very close battle across there. Let's see what else we got. We've got, we'll give the boys down the back a bit of a show. I'll put it on John on Crow, your teammate, Robert Crow. He's having a little bit of a battle there with his teammate Shane Randell and Andrew Cowan.
Yeah, they're just trying to make their way forward at the moment, it seems, as Daly's now committed to his drive-through penalty. As everyone looks to have slotted into their little groups and in their little rhythms at the moment as well, as they make their way through. I'm surprised that Mr. Davis isn't out here tonight, Cinco. Didn't you word him up?
Which Davis, mate?
Jamie.
No, he doesn't race Sunday nights. He only does Tuesdays.
He's done a couple of Sundays, hasn't he?
No. He changed his work schedule. That's why he went back from the Pro-Ams from here to the Pro-Ams in Tuesday night because of work. But there you go. 34 watching plus what we've got on Facebook. So, peoples, if you want to see someone in particular, let us know. We are coming up to the 10-minute mark of an hour and 20 race. So we've got a long way to go, and we've got a lot of love to share. Visma is driving really well so far. He is pacing laps, basically. At the moment, he's about 4/10 the last lap, but his best lap is only 2/10, less than 2/10, 1 and a bit tenths off Rian's lap at the moment. So he's doing really well up the front, and so is Dylan. Actually, Dylan's sitting in the 1:48.6s, 1:48.13s. So the boys aren't too far apart in lap times.
And of course, we know that the field's going to spread out in between the pit stops as well, Cinco, when we get further into this race. Knowing that it will more than likely be a 2-stop affair here tonight, roughly around between 20 minutes and half an hour into the race. And then we'll also see another stop at around 50 minutes to an hour into this race. That's normally where the fuel splits are.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these pros do it, whether how much fuel they're going to be able to save and go through it. Did you see Vismar's approach to that chicane and how he went over the section? It was crazy. He had a bit of
I did see that. Yes.
Yeah, left and right wobble rather than a complete hop.
Just see how the old share the screen works now. Everyone's spread out a little bit here. Hopefully we stay nice and stable.
Makes life a little bit easier.
It does. It does. Without us having to get another iRacing account and running SDK with it when we want to run the separate screens. But it's all good nonetheless. Closest battle on track at the moment is John Gallen trying to keep up here with Jamie Dyke as they make their way through the field. On board now with Mr. Gallen, the most famous man in the Sunday Supercars field, apparently, with his own fan club out there.
He does have a good fan club, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's working people up to come and support him, which is good. We need more drivers to do that.
Yeah. Dykey's catching back of Mulford slowly. He's one of our biggest movers. He's 6 places. War Boys is Ooh, I'm going to jump onto that fight. War Boys is
fighting
just about to make a go, and he just has made a go on Cifuentes on the inside of him and made it through. Oh, and who was that? Was that Mulford?
That was
yeah,
Vela.
Mulford went a bit. Vela? Oh,
yeah,
Vela
that was
on the
Vela.
outside. Yeah. And that's bringing Dykey onto the back of those boys again. Dykey is probably, let's see what he's lapping like. He's doing 1:48.9, so he's still lapping faster than Will Brown at the moment on an average, but he is not setting the tyres alight. I think he's conserving tyres and fuel at the moment.
Barb's is limiting, or not limiting, leveling out the support for Gallen by saying go Dykey in the chat. So he's leveling it out for us as Dykey looks to chase down the back of Will Brown now. A bit further up than him, Vela ended up, I know it was Will Brown actually who had that off track, because Vela's actually ended up in behind these guys now. So he's in behind Dyke and Gallen. So that was actually Will Brown had the bit of a wide entry through 1 and into up towards turn 2. So everything's just starting to settle in now as we get in towards, we would expect probably first pit stops, as mentioned, around about 20 minutes into half an hour, and depending on the fuel save.
Yeah.
Should only be a 2-stop affair here tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Tell you what, switch it up a bit. Harry Dodd's on the back of Blake Warboys. He's been drifting in from about 3/10 to 2/10 on the back of there, so he's putting on a lot of pressure. And there's a bit of a sushi train going on behind them. There's Fuentes 4/10, Mulford 7/10, Will Brown 5/10, Dyke chasing down Will Brown now. So that sushi train's going to bring along, and Dyke will bring John Gallen into that pack as well.
Lads saying in the chat, Dylan is nice and consistent again. This will be interesting. We'll have to wait and see. He's doing well here tonight. Just keeping his head cool, keeping himself in a nice and competitive position in P3. He started to gap Bruce Tannock at the moment by 1.4 seconds, but has about a 3-second gap up to Anthony Risma in P2 at the stage. Dylan, he's driving a smart race at the moment. You know, he's keeping it nice and clean, just cutting clean laps and trying to get there towards the end. Maybe a bit of fuel saving involved as well.
Dylan's a fast driver. There's no doubt about it. He just needs to stay composed. He gets a little bit of that white line fever sometime, and it lets him go. And unfortunately as well, he's had a bit of hardware issues of late as well, which has let him go as well.
Of course, a team change as well, and then dealing with the trials and tribulations of having a bit of controversy surrounding another driver that you're close with as well. So it's a lot of things that can really compact on it, especially a young and developing driver like Dylan. It can really make or break someone. And I think he's keeping his head cool here tonight. He's admitted before as well that he wants to try and run more clean, consistent races and try and keep the red mist at bay. I think he's doing pretty well here tonight. He's in a competitive position. He's just trying to get to the end at this point, trying to get to, towards the final half an hour or 20 minutes when he can really put a charge on, because he knows you can't win it from this point. You've got, an hour and 5 minutes left. The checkered flag's not going to drop, until roughly about 20 to 10. So he's still got a long way to go.
We're at the 15-minute mark, so probably another 5 or 8 minutes to go before we'll start to see some people. Probably not pitting just yet.
Probably about as we said earlier, someone's going to come into about 20 minutes. That's when they can make it home with another stop. Yeah, I think 25 to half an hour is when we can expect it. Yeah. But don't be surprised if we get someone in around about the 20-minute mark, just to really push the strategy envelope.
Tuesday night boys tend to go a little bit earlier. Oh, there's a nice little battle on my screen, mate. Doble is having a really nice run tonight, and he's got Push Stone Street and Blake Warboys catching him right this moment. So he's having a lot of pressure going on, and he's got Blake Warboys on the inside, just letting him know he's there. He's got the pass done. Oh, he's going to lose another one there.
So both Stone Street opened the door. Warboys kindly walked through with it and said, "Thank you, sir. I'll come through with you." That's now 15 positions gained for Blake Warboys in this race. The only one to get into the double digits here tonight. No one's in double digits of positions lost. The most is to Travis Daly, who's 8 spots down from where he started after getting a poor start in this one and then copying a penalty as well, making contact with David Coleman on lap 2.
Yeah, 100%. If there's anyone you guys want to see out there, please let us know. We're getting close to the interesting part of the night where we're going to see pit stops happening. Fastest lap is still Rian's lap, which is a 1:47.6. So no one. Oh, Doble's first one in. That's early.
That's very early.
Ooh,
very interesting.
Very early.
That seems like
trying to get some clean air.
Maybe, but that means now he's going to have to commit to a 3-stop unless we get a safety car or 2. Like he's probably going to need 2 if he wants to get home.
Yeah, I think he's gambling on a safety car here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. The way the boys are driving at the moment, I can't see a safety car happening.
No.
But let's see how many places he's going to lose.
In saying that, with NDM now applied to these cars, self-inflicted incidents could have a bigger part to play now instead of just car-on-car incidents. So, a self-inflicted spin and hit the wall could have a massive part to play in determining if we do actually get a safety car or not. So we'll have to wait and see how how that works out in this race. It's still early on in it though. We're under 20 minutes into this race. If he doesn't get a safety car, he's going to need a third stop. It'll be a small splash and dash. I don't know if... I mean, he could save 3 minutes worth of fuel, but it's going to be an effort, and he's going to have to try and do it at pace. I don't know if that's going to work out for him, because he's going to lose the undercut ability.
Look, he's right at the back now. He's in 21st place, so that shows you how many places that cost him straight away. He was in 5th at that place at that time. He was just in front of Blake Warboys. Warboys had just passed him, so at his point, I guess it was like, well, okay, I just had one of the fast boys pass me. Let's go in and try a different strategy.
Well, it's going to need to be a clean and consistent run for Brad Doble in this race here tonight. Sanford Wentz is currently leading a little battle here with Mulford and Brown. They're trying to chase down Harry Dodds. Inside the top 10 at the moment. Leading the way, though, is still Rehan Leonage. He is leading by 3.8 seconds back to Anthony Visber in P2, with Bruce Tannick now in P3, who's actually gotten a move done on Dylan Gray. So Dylan must be fuel saving at this point if he's been willing to let Bruce pass. If I can find where the move got done, I'll be able to show it. There it is. This is how it happened. So they were... Yeah, so Bruce must have... He slowly caught up to Dylan. And Dylan's kept it out wide. So I reckon Dylan is major fuel saving right now. I cannot see him getting to a one stop. But what I think this is now, he's trying to save to take less fuel in at the next stop.
He has, mate. He's that lap was 2 seconds slower than his previous lap. So he's backed right off. And he's going to hug the back of Bruce. And just even more fuel saving.
Just on board with him now. I just want to hear for the clutch in. Couldn't really hear anything into the toe. We'll see if we'll hear anything at the heel. Of course, that one's a downhill corner, so he'll be able to run the clutch a lot longer. Oh, but that's a really, really deep on the brakes, and he's run it wide.
That's lost him a lot. Oh, has he coming back?
Yeah, he's lost to Warboys, though. Warboys is now ahead of him and on the back of Tannick, and he's now separated WK&P machines of Warboys, and Stone Street now in behind him.
Oh, my goodness. He's got himself in a world of pain now, man. A world of pain.
He's not liking it at the moment. As they come
Another
down
nice
the
little
straight.
battle. Nice little battle down the back. Steve Vella, Alan Dawson on my screen. And the boys, Dawson is literally 2 tenths on the back of, Dooley's just passed him somehow. Did he have it off? He's still dropping.
Dawson's in the pits.
Ah, my pit screen was cut off. There you go. Rookie mistake. Oh, someone's parked up here.
Dodsy!
Harry Dodds.
Doddsy's in the
He's got
wall.
an engine. He's requested a tow.
Oh, I think this will have to be a safety car. He's on the edge of the track, but he's on a point where drivers could run wide and hit. Oh, he clipped the wall. So that's the first indication.
Safety car has been called. Safety car has been called.
That's the first indication of NDM for us.
This is going to bring Leonage back to the field, which is not going to be a major problem for him because at the front he'll be able to lead out of there quite easily. But it's going to give the opportunity to some of these other boys. Who are they going to be able to pit? Who's going to pit?
So he's come up, he's hit the wall. That's then broken the steering. And then he's just ricocheted into the other wall. Had no steering, couldn't save it. I reckon both front wheels have come off at that point. He's got nowhere to go.
Yep. I'm trying to get the race director's view for the pit entry. There's a pit entry just there, but I can't quite see them at that angle. Oh, here we go. There you can see them coming in. The drivers are coming in.
Everyone's in because they know that we're 20 minutes in. You can do your next stop at 50 minutes and get home. So I'm not ultra surprised that a lot of the drivers are in, including Gray. Leonage's in as well. Should see Robert Crow come in. He does. So does Randall. I believe Cowan should follow them at this stage in time. Oh no, he stayed out. So Cowie's going for track position. So Cowie's going to go for the track position instead of coming in with the whole field. I mean, he's at the back of the field. Why not, you know, roll the dice a little bit, Sinker?
It's not going to hurt him. Look, at worst case scenario, he goes for a pit and he drops down to 10th.
That's right.
You know? Yeah, so it's not going to be that bad. Here we go. So they're all coming out now. As you can see them coming out of the pit exits. Dykey's having a bit of a... Oh, who's that? Oh, who was that? It just come out in front of Dyke. Will Brown just clipped him. Let's see what the pit times were.
I'll tell you what, the one driver, sorry to cut you off, Singer, who's actually gained from this is Brad Doble.
Well, he did. He come in early. He just pitted a lap or two before.
He did.
He pitted 3 laps before, so he's going to do really well out of this. Really well.
We'll have to wait and see how this is going to pay off for him here. He's now further up through the field. The problem now is for the likes of War Boys, he's now got a car between him and Tannic. Stacey Boyd in the chat saying, apparently wheels making contact with objects before bodywork. Vets compiling replays to submit to QA for iRacing, so for quality assurance. So we'll have to wait and see how that's all going to work out.
Just to give you a heads up, safety car is going to be in. I've got them on a safety car as well. I will put mine on 10th place, which is Dyke. So you can see the back end of the field on the bottom screen. As soon as they go in, we are race on.
So Harry Dodds is awaiting his tow to complete. He'll get his car fixed up and hopefully back on track very, very shortly.
Safety car has left the field. Cowie is in control. And see how he goes now.
We'll see how they go here. Cowie's going to have control. Barnes confirming that the safety car is in. And we will go green once again with Cowie controlling the field. I wonder how long he's going to be able to hold off Leonardo for.
Going to be very, very interesting.
I reckon he's going to hold them. I reckon he goes on the apex, surely.
No, he won't go till he crosses the line.
Yeah, I reckon.
No. Now have a look at you. Got my screen going?
I'm about to have your screen going once they restart.
Yep.
And Cowie has gone off the exit of the last corner, and he looks to cover the inside line to Rehan Leonardo. So he's not willing to give it up just yet, is Cowie. But Leonardo is going to send it round the outside, gets P1 back on the road, and looks ahead as Cowie is now looking to be a cork in the bottle. This is now going to hinder Anthony Visma and Bruce Tannic. Cowie's no slouch, but those guys have been lapping at an uber pace compared to him this race. And they'll be wanting to get this done as quickly as possible as they look to line this up down at the bus stop.
There's something happened down the back there. Something has happened down the back. There's a bit of com chatter going on, but we'll get back to that a little bit later. The boys are going too wide there. Tannic on the back of Cowan having a bit of a sniff. Oh, he's got a bit of a dust up. He's going to keep going and keep putting pressure on. He's pushing Cowie all the way wide, and so is that. Oh, look at this.
That's War Boys as well.
Almost dived down the inside. He's made the pass work. Well done. Cowie's just been written down. Yeah, it's all over for Cowie across that spot.
Yeah, he's dropping like flies at the moment as Andrew Cowan is Dylan Gray looks to also follow War Boys around the outside of him. At turn 8, he's now got Brad Doble in behind him, who's now also lost out as they look to go too wide up through turn 9. Oh, Doble looks to shoot the half as well and follow Gray through. Door's been left open for him and he's decided, hey, I'm going to come through, thank you very much. And up towards the final 2 corners now. Cowie is just trying to survive at this point as he runs it way wide.
I'm lost. I'm lost of his strategy. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here.
I don't know. Dodzy saying race done. That's unfortunate, Dodzy. You did well, though.
Yeah.
Up to that point. Unfortunate for you, mate.
Abel's on the inside.
He
all
is.
the way down. He's done the
Cowie,
right thing.
Cowie's run it way wide. Stone Street looks to take advantage. So does Mulford as well.
Everyone is just taking advantage of him.
Remember as well, it's only one tyre change. These guys wouldn't have taken tyres just yet. They'll be trying to get to the second stop on this one set. But I think this has been a big blunder from Cowie because he's going to have to come in and he's now going to be right at the back of the field because he's probably got about 3 minutes of fuel left if he's been saving.
All right, I'm going to put the cat amongst the pigeon here. Watch this.
I'm waiting and watching.
Tyson, it's the big boss here, mate, and the big room upstairs.
How doing, gents?
What's Cowie's strategy here, mate? He stayed out, now he's just letting everyone pass him. What the hell's going on?
So I think he might be trying to, minimise the tyre wear. So obviously the boys might have taken some tyres in that stop, and the track is pretty hot. So he might be just trying to save the tyres without burning. And when he makes that pit stop, have a fresh set everybody else and kind of push. So it's quite interesting to see what he's done here. Stayed out, but now he's just getting monstered by everybody. So I'm assuming everybody took tyres, and Cowie, still on those old tyres.
Yeah, so that's what I thought as well, but he's dropped 10 places. This is not, I don't think it was worth his while going that way. I think he's screwed himself.
Oh, it can help him in the long run. Like I reckon towards the end of the race, if there's a late safety car or something, he will have a big tyre advantage, and I think this is what he'll be doing to the other guys. So,
He's going to have a tyre advantage for the next safety car. It's a big risk. I hope it pays off for him, but it's a big risk to take. At the moment, he's being mugged left, right, and centre, and literally mugged. If he had a purse, it would have been gone straight away. He would go again. Gallon's taking him on the inside now as well. He's struggling. Those tyres are killing him. I hope his strategy
it's
works.
It's going to be a risky strategy, but
yeah, it is definitely a risky strategy. It'd be interesting to see how it pans out, mate. All right, we'll let you go. Go back and do your job. We'll keep an eye out on Cowie and see how his strategy pans out. I hope it works. At the moment, it looks like he's being raped left, right, and centre.
Probably the wrong choice of words there, so I'm going to point it out to you, but
yes, I'm sorry.
Maybe taking advantage of would have been the better choice of words, I think.
Taking advantage of?
Barb's was my favourite comment of the day. It's a bold strategy chart. We'll see what things off. Good old dodgeball reference there from Barb's.
Oh, dear me. Look, it's a risky one, and I can hear what Tyson's saying, but man, I can't see it working, to be honest. I hope I'm wrong because he's dropping on flies. He's gonna, if he gets down to like 18th place, it's going to be a hard way to fight back.
I think it's the wrong type of race to make that call. I don't even think the other guys are even taking tyres. I don't see the point in taking tyres that early.
It'd be good to see. He's taking the blues strategy, Sinko. He is. It's going to be interesting to see what's this going to do for the pits for everyone else as well. Who's saving, who's not saving. I mean, there's a couple of boys out there we're watching are really good at saving. Really, really good at saving, So it's, Cowie is one of them. But let's see how it goes. His lap times at the moment is the sad thing. His last lap was a 52.882. And that's 1 tenth, not a bit tenth slower than the driver in front of him. So
yeah, he's just on a 50 that lap there. So
yeah,
he's really off pace at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the smart move from him. He had the opportunity for a free pit stop in the pit stop period. Should have just taken it because he's going to have to pit now anyway.
Yeah.
So
I've got Brad Doble on my bottom screen. He's got Stone Street over the back of him. He's trying to make a move through the bus stop as we speak. They're both taking the corner nicely. Doble is having a very, very good night tonight. He's driving out of his skin. I haven't seen this side of him for most of this season, mate. He was up the pointy end last season. We had a lot of conversations with him. He drove really well. I think he's finally getting some form back.
Yeah, he's doing exceptionally well. Really driving out of his skin, as you said. Really driving above his previous, around his best that he previously had last season. So he's had a bit of a disappointing season so far, but if you're looking to end it strong and maybe try and carry that
that momentum with him into season 3. We'll have to see if it pays off for him. We'll have to see if he can hold it together here for the next 2 rounds after this week. But, I mean, I've got Cowie on the screen at the moment. He's dropping spots. I think this right here is... I'm going to make the bold claim. This is probably one of the worst mistakes I think Cowie's made in terms of strategy before. But I'll be happy to eat my words if he does prove us wrong later in this race and manages to make up more positions. But, you know, we're half an hour into an 80-minute race. He's going to need a pit. He's going to be so far back that it may not even be worth it at this point.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's a tough one. You know, he's having a good old... he's having an average run tonight. It's cold, but he's been in the wars and feeling for him again. He's down the back again.
He's not having a good time. He's all on his lonesome at the moment.
Yeah,
he is.
He's
about 6 seconds back off the next closest car, which is Shane Randall. So
yeah,
he's not having a good time.
But you know what? It's, he's a very good strategist as well. So I'm not sure what he's got up his sleeve. We did lose Harry Dodds with all that damage, so he's gone. Stacey Boyd, Tin Cup moment. He's usually right on the money with it. He usually is right on the money with it, but I don't think tonight. I think the tyres let him down. I think if his tyres didn't give way on him, he would have been all right. He needed to be somewhere around the top 10 for the strategy to work. I think being back in 17th position isn't going to give him a lot there. But in saying that, we're looking at the big race. Cowie is in the Pro-Am race. So he's racing against Dylan Gray, John Gallen, Alan Dawson, Troy Dooley, so Travis Daly. So in that scheme of things, yeah, different perspective altogether. He's 1, 2, 3, 4 in 6th place. So yes, if that's what Tyson meant, the picture of that, yes, he's got a chance there still. Definitely.
We'll have to wait and see if it pays off for him with Blake Warboys now. He's now up to P2 on the road. 19 positions gained in this race, and he's got 1 to go if he wants to get on the top step. That's Rehan Leonage, who's 3.7 seconds up the road from him. But if we get a safety car, Blake's going to be in the hot seat. We know he's got pace. He won't have to try and break down a gap if we get another safety car. He'll be right on the back of him, putting pressure on him throughout this one. And, well, he could be on here for a good result if he can hold this out. And if he can get that safety car to close the gap, he's going to be right on the money, I think. But weather-wise, we're at 40-degree track temp, so it is hot and greasy out there. See if it pays off.
It's the pit strategy is going to be key here. We've seen guys make 3 seconds in the pits on Tuesday night. We saw one of the boys make close to 6 seconds on Tuesday night. So the pit strategy can be a winner as well. And he, you know, Warboys can do it. He's very good in the pedal and keeping it light and saving some fuel. The next pit is going to be the one that is going to see how everyone's strategies work. You know, I still wouldn't ride off Dikey at the back there, even though he's sitting at 9th. Once the next pit strategy goes, depending on how much fuel saving he's done, he's going to be dangerous. Bruce as well. The way we've seen Stone Street drive in the last few rounds is, you know, he's not one to be not counted out as well. He's had some epic fights out there.
So one thing I've just noticed as well, if Cowie can make the next 4 minutes until he actually has to come in, he can do a 1-stop. But that would also rely on another safety car. If that happens, then yes, he's back in the hunt for something. But it's such a big if, such a big gamble. Whether it pays off for him or not, we might be sending him to Las Vegas. Or we may just be leaving him back in Queensland. We'll have to wait and see. Back in Brisbane Vegas. But yeah, Warboy's still at the moment. Visma not too far behind. Tannick is all over Visma at the moment on the battle for P3. They've got Dylan Gray about 1.5 seconds off the back of them. Look at the battle you're looking at right now with, you were looking at with Brad Doble. Now you're back on Travis Daly and his battle with Steve Vella. But Mulford and Stone Street there battling in the background there, swapping and changing positions. Dyke and Brown make up the top 10. With Gallen and Sanfuentes on the bubble, but they're about 4 odd seconds back. Dawson, Dooley, Daly, Vella, Cowan. Is Tannick looks for it?
He's going to pull out. He's going to pull out. Oh, he's just pulled out there in time. That could have been really messy. That was so close.
Come on, Tannick, never pull out.
Oh, that was close, man.
Yeah, it was.
That could have gotten so messy. That was... hair on the edges.
That
of
was
the
that
back.
was a smart move by Tanik there to just pull out of that one. The race saving decision there from himself. Rest of the
still
field.
being mugged down there, mate. He's still getting mugged down the back there. He's got Randell on the back of him, Crow on the back of him. They're swapping. Randall and Crow are taking turns at him at the moment, and see who's going to pass him next.
They're just having some boxing training at the moment with Cowie.
Yeah, Travis Daly's having a bit of fun there. I might switch mine to John Gallen.
Steph's just called for Gallen, so
because they're fighting like crazy. I keep using that word like crazy. I think I've said it about 100 times tonight. That's I've got to get that out of my head. Yeah, they've been fighting for a while down there in the back. Well, I shouldn't say the back, in the mid pack.
Mate, they're going hell for leather for this top 10 position.
Yeah, 4 tenths to 3 tenths. They're varying depending on the elastic band through corners in and out. So it's good to see. Up the front, the lap times between Leonage and War Boys are very consistent. It's a 3.4 second gap from War Boys down to, which I'll go up there, the top there for a bit.
Well, Dylan Gray, at the moment, just quickly, is under immense pressure here from Brad Doble, we were talking about before. He nearly got the move done up through turn 2, 3, and 4, but he's just now had to back out of it a little bit.
The tail view and then my side view, you can see what's going on exactly in that action-packed move. I like this bottom part of the track. I think it's a good spot where you can really gain some advantage on some drivers. That's actually that's probably one of my fastest spots on the track for me personally.
I think if you're fast in the boot, not in the midsection, you can gain quite a lot.
That's where this is the area where I'm really good at. The problem is coming out up that hill there. Getting your braking right and accelerating right can be really tricky. Ivor, look at this pass. He's on the inside. He's having a go. Doble's got it inside of the grey. He's got overlap. He's got control. Oh, he's done a great job getting through there. That was so smooth. It's not over though. Grey's taking a tighter line, and he's taking that too hard. That's brought Dikey back on the back of them.
I reckon Dylan Gray hasn't taken tyres. I reckon he's just been able to manage him over that first stint. That he's still on old rubber, but he's still got a good amount of pace on him at the moment.
Let's once they pitting in. I think your boy Crow is going to pit. Yes.
Interesting.
He called pitting in. Can't see him pitting though.
Oh, he's got damage on the front left wheel.
There he is, he's in now.
And so's Cowie. He's had contact with his front left wheel.
What are we on? We're on lap...
So what was this? Why was this an off track?
Lap 22.
I just wanted to check why there was damage on
Dikey, I don't know what's going on with Dylan Gray, but he's struggling. Dikey's just passed him like he's standing still.
Yeah, I think he's saving tyres. I think he hasn't taken tyres in that first stop.
Yeah. So Dikey's on a hunt now. He's actually moved his way up a couple of places since the safety car. He was sitting, I think, 10th or 11th. Now he is just over a second off Doble, but he's lapping quite fast. His last one was 1:49.5. Doble's last one was 1:49.7. So he's now getting himself to the pointy end, like my prediction said it would. Depending on how the next pit strategy goes. They all pitted, what lap was it, 12? We were expecting them to pit probably a couple more laps afterwards, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. So Dylan,
probably thinking about lap 30, a lot of these guys will go.
Looking at how Dylan's driving right now, he hasn't taken tyres and he's trying to save the tyres at the moment. So he's trying to go, he's in a better position than what Cowie is for that call, but we'll see if that works out for him. Importantly though, Cowie has actually made it to the halfway point of the race before pitting. So he could do it in a one-stop if he gets a safety car. We'll have to see if it pays off. But it's not all over just yet for Cowie, and he's on the fresh rubber now, so we'll see if that works out for him.
Yep. Hope so. The I think I was counting him out because of the amount of spaces he lost, but we'll see how he goes. War Boys has got it down under 3 seconds now. It's 3.5, so he is slightly. He's doing about 2/10 faster a lap on Leonage, sorry. So he's doing quite well, but it's a fair gap there. He's a bit of no man's land because behind him is Bruce Tannock. Bruce Tannock is 6.85 seconds, and he has got Visma and Brad Doble and Jamie Dyke on the back of him. They're clutching Tannock at a rate of knots. And have a look at Brad Doble, man. He's having an absolute blinder. He's on the back of Visma already.
He is. He's doing incredibly well. I'm just checking back on a replay because I just wanted to see if we could get a moment to actually see when that wheel disconnects for that car, why he came in. So
Those commercials where someone is sitting there talking all croaky and someone gives you a big Sinex lozenge.
I have. Actually, I think it's the next lap, so I'm not going to sit on this replay forever. He must have tapped the wall, and that's why it's happened, but that's all good anyway. Leonardo, though, leads the way at the moment, but Blake Warboys is catching him at the moment, Sinker.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
he's got about 2/10 a lap at the moment.
So this is going to be very interesting, especially if we get another safety car. Warboys is on pace, but Leonardo is no slouch. Obviously, we know this. He's very, very pacey young fella.
No,
we could be on for a great battle here for the lead of this race.
Well, speaking about great battles, I'm just going to switch it over to this battle here with Cifuentes, John Gallen, and Alan Dawson. These boys are having a bit of a slugfest at the mid pack, I'd say, yeah, mid pack, and doing a great job at it. You're looking at Dawson at this very second is 2/10 behind Cifuentes. Oh, he's gone very wide. He's carried the pace through though. Maybe that'll get him up close. It has got him up close really well. This bus stop, some of these boys are getting a lot of air through the bus stop.
I tell you what, I have been really impressed this season
by unusual braking like Alan.
By Alan Dawson. Who's on the back of that battle you're focusing on with Sam Fuentes and Gallen. He has really stepped it up, not only in Supercars, but also in the F3s as well. He's been doing exceptionally well this season, and I think he could be one to rise up the rankings a little bit next season and beyond.
Yeah. We always get a driver or two that's stepping up. Like look at our boy in Tuesday night. What's his name? Oh, jeez, brain switch on.
Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, yeah, he's having an absolute cracker season. He's out of his skin like crazy. Oh, look at the pressure there. Dykey's got in the back of him from Stone Street.
Mate, he is
what battle you got on screen right now?
Jamie
Dyke is 6/10 off Visma, and Stone Street is 2/10, and Will Brown is another 3/10. So these boys are driving from bumper to bumper. Look at that wall shot. That was a killer shot there, Hamish.
If I quickly go up to Bruce Tannock, I just want to see what the gap is between this battle all over. So there is so Bruce Tannock, who's at the back of the battle, I believe he is Will Brown.
Look at that.
I did. So Will Brown.
Visma out wide.
So between Bruce Tannock and Tim Mulford, who's on the very back of this battle, they are all separated by about 3 seconds, and that's from P3 back to P9 on the road. So these guys are uber close at the moment. I mean, Gray's on the back of the battle too, but he's a bit further back. But P3 down to P9 is 3 seconds at the moment at the midpoint of a race. Like, these guys, that safety car can only come at a better time because it's keeping the battle condensed for the final position on the podium. But man, oh man, I mean, Doble right now is driving out of his skin at the moment. He's doing so good.
I tell you what, Visma's tyres are going.
They are, yeah. So
yep,
I think
a lot of pace.
I think Tyson was a little bit inaccurate with his statements in saying the other cars probably took tyres. I don't think they've taken tyres. I think they're waiting for that final stop to take the tyres. Because
defensive line by Dykey there, that was beautiful. Sorry, mate, to cut you off.
Mate, you're right.
That perfectly the way he slotted back in. Visma is really struggling, and Dykey's trying to find a clean pace to pass and not get involved in an incident, I think, and that's bottling him up to having Troy Stonestreet, Will Brown, and Mulford all within under 2/10 to 3/10. What a battle!
Oh, the battle is absolutely exceptional. Dyke's coming into the pits.
Oh, we've got a. He's doing the undercut.
Very interesting. Well, we know they can get to 50 minutes. We know that Cowie went a bit longer, so I actually think that Dyke can get home from here.
Oh, Dykey's called something in, and I'm telling you what, I bet you it is moving under brakes.
Quite possibly. It could be moving under brakes. But Dyke's in. The battles continue on. Mulford's now on the back of that train and behind his teammate Will Brown. Stonestreet's now been released with Visma up the road from him. Dyke is still in the pits at the moment. I reckon Dyke is taking tyres. He knows the tyres are dying. He's going to get on that fresh rubber. He's going to push ahead. Do not be surprised if by the time Visma comes in and trundles through the lane, Dyke's going to be ahead of him.
Yep. Here he is. He's coming out now. Love the sound of that V8. How good is the GT3 V8 sound while we're talking about that?
The Mustang and even the Corvette sound absolutely exceptional.
I watched the race on Friday night, mate, and tell you what a show. That was a lot of fun, a lot of action. I can't wait till they get to a tighter circuit.
I think when they come here on Friday, I think that's going to be an exceptional race.
Oh, it's going to be hot.
So good.
It's going to be hot,
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
I think the only issue with Le Mans was it's better suited for the 24 or a 12-hour race. It's not really suited for sprint racing. Watkins, though, you can do any length of race and it's going to be good.
Renard is pitted. Lenard's pitted. Blake Warboys is pitted.
Oh, interesting.
Let's see how they're going. Oh, look at that. Blake Warboys is almost passing him in the pit.
Well, Visma has come
look at
in.
that.
Doble's also stayed out.
Let's see who's going to go quickest. Tannock's in, Vismar's in, Will Brown,
Yeah.
Dykey strategically went in before these guys and he's going to be in front of them.
We'll see if it pays off for him. I'm with Dyke now. There's no car stopped on track, so it's not a safety car scenario.
No, but he's just got to get round there in front of them as quick as possible. He's going to be on fresher number. Wallboys is out.
He's not going to get Leonardo or Warboys, but I think he's going to get Visma.
Here we go. Wallboys is out. Oh, Leonardo's just come out in front of him just there. Nice. Oh, this is how he goes.
Here comes Dyke. He's going to get past him. He's going to pip Visma.
Is he going to go?
He's got Tannock. He's got Visma, and Jamie Dyke is on the podium. He's on the provisional podium at the moment.
Hang on a minute. What did I say? Top three.
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
I said
that long ago.
Leonard, Warboys, Dyke.
Well, he's had an absolute masterclass at the moment, and he's done so well to get it done off the back of that undercut. The cars that have stayed out are the top 7 cars. Doble, Stonestreet, Mulford, Gallen, Cifuentes, Randall, Coleman, Leonardo. Top 7, sorry. So Leonardo, Warboys, they're provisional P1 and 2. Dyke is provisional 3 at the moment, but Doble may have a part to play in denying him that right, because he has been on an absolute grind and a half tonight. This bloke, for me, has been driver of the night so far. He's driving out of his skin.
He has. He's definitely been one of the drivers of the night tonight. He's done a real classic job. Smooth passing, smooth running. He's done an epic job. Here we go. He's in. So is Cifuentes. So is Stonestreet. Oh, this is going to be interesting how this all pans out. Whoa, Dykey's masterclass, man. Just going in that right place. Poof.
So Gallen and Mulford have now stayed out. We'll see what happens with the likes of Warboys and Dyke in the background, as Cifuentes, Doble and Stonestreet remain in the pit lane. Are they going to drop? Or is Dyke going to pip them all? Down the main straight he comes. I'm going to have to stop sharing my screen sinker, unfortunately. It's not liking it at the moment.
It's all right.
As Dyke comes through, Dyke has jumped. So he stayed ahead of Tannock. Doble, though, has been the big loser out of that.
unfortunately for him. So I think coming in early has not paid off for him earlier in the race. He's had to take more fuel, and unfortunately for him, he's now P14 on the road. So going that lap extra on the older tyres has cost Brad Doble quite possibly a top 10.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. It's still plenty of time in the race still. We've got another safety car could come up. We're at the 52-minute mark, so we've got 27 minutes left. So these boys will be going till the end. The only one that's going to really be concerned about is Cowie.
Yeah, whether he comes in.
They all pitted
it hasn't
in front
helped
of
him. That's hurt him drastically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for Cowie, this is a race and a strategy to throw in the bit at this point, because that just hasn't paid off for him, unfortunately. You know, he. I think whenever you're making a strategy sinker, you never make a strategy based around a safety car because you can't guarantee it.
Dane Randell's into the pits.
So we'll see where he comes
Now we've
out.
got Coleman. Coleman's sitting up there. He pitted last. What lap?
Lap
12. Lap 12, yeah. So him, Mulford and Gallen are on the same strategy at the moment. Long way to go. Here's Randall in the pits. He is up on the blocks. His pit crew are just looking at him.
Obviously their pays didn't go through. They've decided not to fix his car.
Yeah, looks like it. As usual, when it comes out to this part of the race, things gap out a little bit. I'm going to go to the battle between Dylan Gray, Visma, and Stone Street.
Interesting.
These boys.
Dylan Gray has actually jumped Visma in the pits.
Yes, yeah. And, oh, did you see the leap that Visma just got there?
Yeah.
Man, he gets some. He goes through that. He carries a lot of pace through that bus stop, man. He moves right up on the back of him then like crazy.
Well, right now, Leonage is on for an absolute barn burner of a lap. He previously did the fastest lap of the race last lap.
147.039.
Oh, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now he's on the back of Coleman as well, who's pushing hard to stay ahead of him here on old rubber. Leonage up the inside. Gets the move done before the apex of the corner. Oh, this kid's ridiculous. He
Mulford
is
and Gallen are in.
ridiculous. I expect Coleman in this lap as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's staying out, actually. He's going another one.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this pays off for him. Warboys is on the back of him, though, who might make quick work as Coleman lets him through, so he's just trying to go for the fuel saving at this point. Doesn't want to fight him too hard. He knows he doesn't want to hold up Warboys because Warboys will get frustrated as he's trying to chase down Leonage for the lead of this race.
Yep. Dykey's past those boys now. They're in the pits. He's come around the corner.
Tannic, Brown, Gray, Visma, Stone Street have passed them as well. So they're both coming out, but they've also lost out to Dawson, Doble, and San Fuentes, so they're well out of the top 10 hunt at this stage. Doble, though, actually, I will eat my words a little bit. He will actually likely be in the top 10 when Coleman comes in, so he hasn't lost too much from that strategy, but he's out of that top 4 battle.
Yep. Look, we'll keep forgetting the Pro-Ams. Dylan Gray is leading the field in first place. Alan Dawson in second, and Troy Dooley in third. Now, he's got Robert Crow, your teammate, and John Gallen behind him. John Gallen just about to pass Robert Crow. Yes, he's just passed him on the track. So he is Gallen, and his cheer squad will be up and dancing and jumping around. He is going to be trying to get himself onto the podium. All he's got to do is catch Troy Dooley in the next 20... How many minutes we got? 24, 23 minutes.
23 and a half minutes to go.
Yeah.
Plus a lap, possibly. We're not sure. It depends when Leonardo crosses the line.
Tannic is having a go here at Dyke. Old rivals from way back. They've been battling it out on the tracks of SRW for a long, long time. And Tannic's last lap, wow, very, very close. Last lap for Dyke was a 149.071, and Tannic's was a 148.095, so a complete second.
Well, this battle is continuing on as they try and get towards the end of this race. This is now the crunch time for these drivers as we're into the final sprint to the end. Coleman is in. I think Crow might need another stop still because he came in on lap 21. So he might need another stop to get home, unfortunately for him. But Coleman's in.
Look at the gap. Warboys has got himself to under a second on the back of Leonage. So he is hunting him down like crazy. I'm going to go to that one at the moment. So
I'm on board with Warboys at the moment.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll leave it where I am then.
So we'll stay on board with Warboys because we'll watch the hunt down as it occurs whilst Tanik and Dikey battle.
Tanik. Oh, tidy. So these boys are fighting for minor positions right now for the podium. Dikey needs this for the title. So he's in the title hunt at the moment, and he's got Bruce Tanik. I think Bruce is actually up there as well. So interesting to see. I might take a sneaky peek at that on my PC while we're engaging in these battles up front.
Well, Warboys now etching closer and closer to that half-second gap up to Leonage, who is trying to survive at the moment. Maybe a bit of fuel saving, bit of tyre saving for Rehan. We'll see if it pays off for him, but Warboys is on the hunt at the moment. He's a shark. He can smell blood in the water. And it's the blood of Leonage, who's in P1 at the moment. As they come onto the main straight, it's going to be half a second of gap between Warboys and Leonage. Last lap by, Rehan was a 148.59. Warboys was a 147.91. So the gap is closing and the pressure is rising for Rehan Leonage at the front of the field. And Warboys is on the attack.
Good to see a battle at the front coming out. It's Dice getting the same pressure from Jamie from Tannock. Dikey is in a very controlling position. He is 88 points ahead of Brad Doble. And Brad Doble has got Bruce Tannock 22 points behind him. So 111 points, 110 points a difference between him and Dikey. So Dikey is in a great position for his title fight.
I mean, he could even give up the position to Tanik and he'd still be ahead of him as Tanik looks to get it done round the outside at the bus stop. Warboys is now all over the back of Rehan Leonage at the front of the field. Dikey's copped a slow down. Tanik's come through on the exit of the bus stop. He takes P3 on the road. Dikey concedes into P4. They look ahead to the final 20 minutes.
Did a great job there. I'm going to take my camera for a few minutes to the battle between Visma and Gray, because they are going like crazy. Oh, look at... Oh, did you see the tail wag of Visma? Dylan Gray's all over him.
At the moment, though, front of the field, Warboys has got immense pressure all over Leonage. They're side by side through turn 9. They continue on to the final two corners. They're side by side still. How wide is Warboys going to have to run round to keep this? Oh my God, they're not giving up anything. Warboys, though, takes the lead from Leonage into the final corner. Oh, but there's been a touch. Warboys has gone into the wall. Leonage takes back the lead. What has happened between them at the front of the field? I'm going to have to check that back. I'm going to go on board with Leonage to see if there's contact.
He's called it in, but there's 11 seconds between them. So that's what my thing's telling me, but it can't be right, yeah? Or Warboys is dropping through the field. Has he got damage, has he?
Yeah, he ended up in the wall off the back of this, so I'm going to go on board here with Leonage. We're waiting for Warboys to come around him. We're going to go on the roof of Leonage now. So there's Warboys on the outside. He comes on through, goes for the move. He has the inside line at the final corner. As they come through, is there contact? Oh, there is the slightest of contacts from Leonage. He's turned Warboys. This right here could cost Rehan Leonage the win of this race if he cops a penalty, which I think he may, because even if there's netcode, contact may have still happened.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We can't. It's a tough angle to see, but
no, that's
tell you
right.
What a race tonight! Tell you what, Warboys, what a drive. We were talking about Doble before, but Warboys drove that all the way back to catch Leonage and get into a battle with him. What a drive, man! That was sensational. He's where is he now? He's all the way down the back.
All the way
in the
back.
Pits.
He's in the pits.
Too much damage. But whoa, what a crazy drive that was.
You've got to feel for him at the end of the day.
Look,
you got to feel for
it's
him.
racing and it happens, yeah, but it's one of those things, the slightest of touches, it was just on that point where it pushed him into the pit entry. Oh, no.
So what this now means is we now have to put our focus on Bruce Tannock, who could be P1 in this race if Rehan were to cop a penalty. Now, he has a 17-second gap, but it's the question of what's the penalty going to be if he gets one.
An epic battle if he has a drive-through, because what's a drive-through going to cost? It's going to put him
About
a couple
20
of
odd seconds.
He wants that drive-through now. If he's going to get one, he wants it right now, because that way he can sprint it for the last 10 minutes and try to catch these boys.
Well, Bruce Tannock needs to put the foot down. He cannot let that gap grow out any longer, otherwise Leonardo will come out of the pits ahead of him still. He has to drop the gap. Probably needs to get it down to about 15 seconds to guarantee P1 if Leonardo does get a drive-through. It is going to be up to race control at the end of the day. But at the moment, Tannock and Dyke are either battling for P2 on the road or they're battling for the lead. We can't confirm until the penalty comes out. So it's
close. Dyke can smell the blood in the water, mate. He's just see the elevation he got off that. He is ready to go. But mate, Doble is still fighting down the back, man. He's got Alan Dawson and Gerard Cifuentes all over the back of him, and they're having a bit of a crack.
Car 79 drive-through penalty, contact lap 32. So Rehan has got a drive-through. I'm going to focus on Tannock. You put it on Rehan to see him in the pits. Dykey's pushing hard to try and get past Tannock. A bit of a drift to try and get it done past the Driftmeister. Couldn't get the drive, though, to get it off the exit of the corner. But Tannock, who is 17.2 seconds behind, is he going to take the lead from Leonardo? Oh, it's going to be super, super tight, Cinco, as he comes round turn 9 and up towards the final two corners. Leonardo comes in to commit to his drive-through.
Oh, this is going to be close.
Oh, this is going to be so
a battle.
tight.
These three guys are going to battle it all the way through to the end tonight.
This is going to be super, super tight. They've got Blake Warboys just up the road from them, who's on the Bristol going a lap down. Tannock comes round the final corner, and Bruce Tannock is going to take the lead of the race. Leonardo is going to drop down below Jamie Dyke, below Will Brown. Is it going to be below Anthony Visma as well? Oh, that's going to be super, super tight.
It's going to be close. Even Visma coming out. He's coming. Oh, look at this.
He's just gotten it. He's gotten it ahead of Visma, but he's dropped off the podium.
That's, you know what? He's got the pace to make this happen. This is going to be a battle. You've got 15 minutes left here, viewers, and this is going to be a sprint race all the way to the end. This is the kind of pressure I love to see young, fast drivers. I reckon he's got the pace to catch these boys at the front. Will Brown is 1.7. Dykey can smell it. Dykey is 3/10 on the back of Bruce Tannock. Bruce Tannock. Did I say that I wanted him to lift last week? And 2 weeks in a row, he's put it up there near the top.
Well, you couldn't write these sort of storylines, Sinky. You couldn't even control the narrative on this one. Warboys, who fought his way through the whole field to get to the back of Leonardo, got the move done, and then got turned around on the corner. He got it done. Leonardo then took back the lead after leading almost every single lap, and then gets a drive-through penalty to drop off the podium. We've obviously got the battle between Dyke and Tannock. This battle has been brewing over the last portion of this race, and they are not giving up anything. The gap between them is 0.4 of a second. It's going to be all or nothing for both Jamie Dyke and Bruce Tannock at the front of the field. Leonardo, he's got Will Brown. He can help him. Now, whether Will Brown lets him go or not, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, no, Will's tyres are fading. He's sliding. I'm watching it on my screen, and Will's rear end's creeping out on him here and there. I think Leonardo will have him very, very quickly, and then he'll be hunting down Jamie and those boys. But he's got another. At the moment, he's 3 seconds off Jamie with. What have we got left?
About
13
minutes and a half minutes left.
Yeah, his lap times are at the moment. Let's see once he gets a full lap through here.
Well, Leonardo will have to wait when he crosses the line this lap by.
Until he crosses that line.
But there's 13 minutes to go. Dyke and Tannock are not slow. They've been doing consistent laps, lap after lap. They've been battling consistency lap after lap. All of a sudden, Rehan Leonardo has to have a battle to get back to the lead of this race, and he has to battle the two top competitors in the league in terms of the standings at the moment outside of Brad Doble. So Dyke, former champion, Tanik, who's on the rise.
Crazy. I'm just going to give these guys a break for the minute and give the boys at the back a bit of a show. We've got Gallen fighting with Mulford and Troy Dooley there. These guys have been fighting pretty close all night too, and getting up the mix. They've got it down to 6/10 now. The other battle that we've got, which is really, really tight, which I'm going to move to right now, is these boys here. These past Will Brown Leonage, Anthony Vismar, Gray, Stone Street. These boys have been battling for a long time tonight, and Vismar is still in the hunt, mate.
Yeah, he looks to try and take advantage of any scraps he may be able to pull. Gap between Dyke and Leonage, 2.3 seconds at the moment. There's 12 minutes to go in this race. Anything can happen. We thought Leonage was invincible, but we found the kink in the armour here tonight. Whether it was self-inflicted or not, we cannot determine. But right now, the top end of town is looking absolutely dicey and spicy as Dyke and Tanik battle for the lead. Leonage looks to catch up to them. Will Brown looks to conserve those tyres. And Vismar, well, he just looks to contest to try and get back into fourth position on the road.
This is going to be a really cool fight to the end of the season. At the moment, Dyke is 110 points on Bruce. Bruce will catch a couple of points there, not a lot. But it's going to be a fight for those two boys to the end of the season for a title. 2 more rounds to go, and they're going to be fighting for the trophy.
Gap is now back down to 1.9 seconds between P2 and P3 on the road. But the top two are still contesting this battle. I don't think this is going to be easy for Rehan to get by them.
Well, mate, that last lap, Dyke and Bruce were doing 149.5, 149.6. Rehan did a 148.8. So that's 7/10, mate. That's 7/10.
He has also got the clean air, though, as well. He hasn't had to be trying to battle someone.
Yeah, and these guys are fighting. So he's going to be in not too long. Another 2 laps, he's going to be right on the back of them and fighting for the top steps again.
So battles, they've been coming in quick and fast all night, all season. In fact, Sinker, there's close battles all over the track, including Vella and Daly. Further back, Gallen and Mulford.
Just about to go there now. I was just looking at it. I go, I'll go to Vella and Daly. I'll just go mix it up a bit. If I could just find Daly, there he is. They're fixing it up as well. And then Mulford and Gallen as well. Again, Gallen's got him down to 2/10. Yeah. Vismar, Gray and Stone Street. Dyke is still putting pressure like crazy. He has not given up on that top step. Dyke wants to be out the front of Tanik now so that Tanik can fight with Leonage. And we've seen Tanik and Leonage last week. Tanik did a really great job holding him off for a fair few laps early in the race last week.
Remembering as well, though, even if Leonage does get past Dyke, if Tanik can hold off Leonage, then Dyke's going to be able to put the pressure on him as well. We'll have a nice little 3-way dance for the lead of the race and for the win of the race as well.
Under a second.
Oh, he is just lurking in the background on Dyke and Tanik. Under 10 minutes to go now. In fact, just about 9 minutes to go as we come into the boot section. Oh, this is getting intense now. It's getting intense for Leonage.
Ready to put that screen back up right now.
Oh.
Tell you what, Sunday night has not let us down at all. We thought Tuesday night is always great, fantastic. But I don't know how these boys on a Sunday just seem to bring it the next level up. Just that little bit more drama, a little bit more pace, and a little bit more everything. You know, the strategies, the whole shebang.
Well, we've only had the one safety car here tonight. It's not looking like we're going to have another one. As Tanik, Dyke, Leonage now get into their battle for the lead.
Fella's going the inside of Daly. He's taking it nice and smooth. He's got the inside line, but the fast line on the outside. He's cut him up, and he's finally got himself ahead of
Travis Daly. Battles are coming in.
The wolf can smell fear at the front. that across to another battle. That battle is done. I'm going to Visma in the bottom screen. Because those boys are still putting on a great show. We're trying to spread. I hope viewers are appreciating the spread of content we're getting out there tonight with everyone in the field. It's taken us a while, but I think me and...
It's starting to come together. Dykes putting the pressure on him.
That could be a slowdown there for the Mag and Turbo.
Oh, and it's going to be close. Oh, he might be all right, though.
Look at this. Look at him go. Dykey's got the mirrors looking going forward. He's got to make sure he doesn't leave the door open of one of his attempts on the back of Bruce to make sure he doesn't leave the door open for Leonardo to come through. 2/10 on the back. The pressure is on Bruce like you would not believe right now. He's got to be sweating bullets.
Mag and Turbo more like boiler room, I should say, for Bruce Tanek. He's under uber pressure. The pressure gauge is going off the roof. It's whether the glass is going to shatter for him or if he's going to be able to survive as he comes up towards the dreaded turn 9 where the bump is in the middle of the road. Keeps it clean through there, but Dyke and Leonage are all over him right now like flies to an opened up can of... I'm losing all my words. They're all over him. Oh, they are not giving this up at the moment. And this battle is just going to continue on.
It is continuing on. Even down the back, in 16th, 17th, 8th position, the boys are still fighting like crazy. We've got Shane Randell. Oh, he's gone on the inside of Travis Daly. Oh, Daly's called it in. I think there might have been a bit extra love. Coleman's gone on the inside of him now as well, trying to take advantage of him. Oh, three-way wide. Coleman's taken both of them. Oh, what a drive by Coleman there. Great way to take advantage of it.
I think that was just a bit of hard racing there between them. They had a little bit of a door bang. They kept going. The position's been given back.
Yeah, we caught that just in time. That was Coleman's highlight for the night.
You watch, he's going to crash now. You mentioned his name.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, these ladies guys at the front are just sitting so close to each other. This is classic racing here, people. V8 supercars at its best. We've got some very fast guys out in front with big shoulders out and a young whippersnapper who is an absolute weapon behind the wheel. Yep, they just called it racing, no further action for that contact. We have got now less than 5 minutes to go, and the battle is still hot to trot.
No more safety cars in this one, so it's going to come down to the on-track magic, and that's a big slide for Dyke in the background. That could leave him open to attack from Leonage for P2 on the road. Needs to be careful not to push it too hard. Those tyres will be absolutely screaming off the back of that. Yeah. Oh, Tanek will be happy, though, because he's now able to break away just a little bit here.
Just a little bit. Only 2/10, but Dykey's already back to 4/10 on him. This is going to be the key now. Leonage is 18th, 17th, 1.5/10. He is going to go for the inside line onto Dykey. Can he hold him out wide? Yes, he can. I think Leonage's tyres are just a little bit fresher than Dykey's, and that is Dykey going to follow him through. The key now is Dyke to stay right on the back of Leonage as tight as he can. Hopefully he can bring him through up to Bruce, and then when he passes him, hopefully Dyke can take a sniff and have a bit of a shot at him as well.
I'm going to recommend that you switch to this battle on your end, Sinker, just so we have this battle as smooth as possible at the moment, just because it was dropping a frame or two there. And this is the battle we want to keep an eye on. 4 minutes to go. It's the battle for the win. It's the battle for the lead. Leonage versus Tanek. Dyke's involved too, although unfortunately he's lost a bit of time here to Leonage. Tyres are just turning a little bit too much, I think, for Jamie Dyke. But now it's all up to Bruce Tanek to hold off Rehan Leonage if he looks to take a win this season in the Mag and Turbo DPR machine. Onto the back straight. Bit of a drift there from Tanek. Oh, is he going to be able to hold him off as well as he could out at Winton? I don't know.
Look, I don't know. Bruce is an old fox, man. He can really open up his wings and keep going. Oh, he goes on the inside. Oh, he's having a sniff.
Trying to get it done.
Is he held it? Oh, Tanek's wiggled. Oh, it's going to be momentum through the corner. I think he's got him.
I think he's got him. Looks for the
Little
switchback.
bit of touch, but he's got him. He has. Oh, Dyke can smell the blood now too. Oh, no, he hasn't given it up. He's trying to get the overlap back. No, he's gone too wide. He's gone too wide.
And Rehan's going to cover the
Rehan's
inside
broken
line.
the toe. He's broken the toe. Dyke has gone right on the back of Tannick now as well.
It's going to be imperative now to try and get the run up through turn 2, 3 and 4 down towards the bus stop if he wants to have another opportunity to get this done. 2.5 minutes left of this race. We're looking at about 2 laps left to run. Rehan had dropped off the lead from a drive-through penalty and has now gotten it back from Bruce Tannick, but Tannick is not going to give anything up into the final portions of this race as they come down the back straight now towards the bus stop. Rehan, though, just a little bit too far ahead at this stage, but what a comeback from him, to come back from an incident to a drive-through, back up to the top step with 2.5 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go now as we click over to 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Well, this is not over. Rehan has gapped it now, but looks like Dykey is smelling the blood on the back of Bruce there, because Bruce has probably just taken the heat out of his tyres in those last few battles, and Dykey's getting his tyres just back after his little skids early.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to come back at him at this point here.
Oh, they won't come back.
He's already got about a second
He's in fresh air.
Yeah.
He's in fresh air. That drive-through, you know what that did?
That
just gave Rehan a little bit of excitement for the rest of the race.
Yeah, it made his night a little less boring from the driver's seat as Will Brown looks to put the pressure on Dyke here for a podium, try and ruin Sinker's plans of getting the predictions right. And Phoenix will try and get it.
Tail going. It's going to be a tough one. It's one thing to catch Dyke, and then the other thing is to pass him as well. So we know he's a tough competitor out there, and he's going to not give him an inch. Dyke is still in a commanding position for the title. So even if he did lose that one spot, it's not going to make a world of difference to him, really.
Final lap of this race now. Leonage leads to Bruce Tannick, to Jamie Dyke, to Will Brown, to Anthony Visma. That's the top 5. They're all pros in the top 5 at the moment. For the Pro-Ams, it's Dylan Gray to Alan Dawson to John Gallen. That's that podium with Dooley and Randell making up the top 5. For the top 10 of the race overall, it's Leonage to Tannick to Dyke to Brown to Visma to Gray to Stone Street to Doble to Sanfuentes to Dawson. As Gallen now moves past Mulford, who I think may have copped a slowdown, who's now dropping down the field a little bit. As he's lost out to 2 drivers.
Lost a couple of spots there. But that gives that's a change in positions there for the Pro-Ams. Dylan Gray's in first place, second place Alan Dawson, third place John Gallen. Troy Dooley is on the back of Gallen at the moment with a 10th. He's trying to make the pass as we speak.
So Leonage comes round through the boot section. Looks to have this race win wrapped up. Gave us a bit of excitement there for a while. I don't want to tell him to get more penalties, but I mean, it makes it a little bit more exciting for us in the comms box. Lets us dream a little bit, I think, as Coleman's having a couple off tracks.
Give him a instead of like a mandatory pit, a mandatory drive-through.
Well, he's going to come round through the final couple of corners. He's been able to withstand and come back from a setback in this race, which had 15 minutes to go. It's been an exceptional performance from the young fella once again in the HRS Phoenix Racing machine. 1 corner to go from him as he comes on round. And Rehan Leonage is going to win the second and final Enduro of the season. Tannick's going to come home P3. Dyke's going to withstand to come home on the podium ahead of Will Brown. Visma makes up the top 5. Dylan Gray takes the win for the Pro-Ams.
Whoa, what a race, man. What a race. 2-hour race control team will have the top 3 for the pros and the winner for the AMs, which is Dylan Gray in the room. Thank you. What a night. Mate, that was 1 hour and 20 minutes. That went so quick. And we didn't even lose any viewers. Everyone was out there watching and loving it. I hope they enjoyed it as much as me and you did, mate. That was some sensational driving everywhere.
Yeah, it was a great night once again. It really heated up for us towards the final part of that race. I'd argue that Tuesday was a little bit better. We had some good battles on track on Tuesday, but tonight gave us the spice, which is what we want. It was a good night of racing nonetheless. But Tuesday was exceptional, I think. But Dyke, you told me to get off replay.
So I
Why
can
you
get off
telling me to
replay because you know what? He wants to see his burnouts.
Ah, I
That's
see.
exactly
right. You tell him, Dyke, let me see the grid, mate. Don't worry about it.
There's no... What, are you talking about this one?
No, he's talking about you. You're on replay.
Yeah, why is he telling me off for being on replay? You ran it wide.
No. He's telling you to go to the main screen.
I had him
look
on the
what
main
happened.
screen and he was doing nothing.
Oh, no, he's saying go live. That's what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Oh, he ran it at fuel.
Yeah.
Oh. Well then.
Oh, no. So what is he? Is he running out of fuel or blowing your engine, Dykey? No,
He's running out of fuel. He's trying to
running
starter
out of
motor
fuel.
it back. So he's trying to get it back with the starter motor.
Gonna get a rear grid for that one, eh, mate?
He is.
Oh, we literally got a rear grid tonight too, because it was a bit of a miscommunication there for him. There he is, just hobbling along. Oh, look at him go, splutter, splutter, splutter. If I could put some fuel in my mouth and pump it into your car, mate, I would.
That sounded wrong. I'm just going to call that out right now.
I'll tell you what, a lot of fun. Brad Anderson, great drive, fellas, well called tonight. Thanks, dude. It was a pleasure as usual to call the race on a Sunday night, mate. I love it. It's my whole lot of my week at SRW. It's Sunday night V8s has just been something we've done for 5 years now, and it's I just love it to pieces. It's going to be even awesome next season when we get a bit more bodies on track. But I'll tell you what, the pace we have at the moment, War Boys, Leonard, Tanik, Jamie, Gray's, really fast as well. He's been doing really well. War Boys, it's some really, really fast guys in this series at the moment.
Yeah, they're really, putting on an absolute ball for us. It's been absolutely
and we've got some others coming back as well next season as well. So Matty Whitaker's coming back next season. We're gonna get Bruce back as well. We've got there's a couple other boys that my brain escapes me at the moment that I've been speaking to this week.
Darren Lobb.
Darren Lobb, yeah, he's going to come back once he's healthy. But also Freo as well is going to be back next season too.
Oh,
so
okay, that'll be good to see.
Should be very, very interesting.
Well, the provisional race results up on your screen now for tonight's Enduro event here for round 7 of season 2 of 2024 for the Warren Brown Tools V8 Supercars Super Sunday Series. Rehan Leonage finishes out P1 ahead of Bruce Tanik and Jamie Dyke, with Will Brown and Anthony Visma making up the top 5. Dylan Gray, Troy Stonestreet, Brad Doble, Gerard Sanfuentes and Alan Dawson make up the top 10, with John Gallen, Troy Dooley, Tim Mulford, Shane Randall and Travis Daly making up the 15. David Coleman, Blake Warboys, Andrew Cowan make up the top 18 cars on the road. And then it is Steve Veller a lap down, Robert Crow 9 laps down, and unfortunately for Harry Dodds, 31 laps down in the end.
Yeah, it's why's Will Brown got no front of his car?
Because he got turned in the way of another car on the back straight.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
After the
After the end of the race.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
But we'll wait for these.
Accidental, I hope.
I don't know. It was between teammates. But he did end up in the way of another team's car, so.
Yeah. I tell you what, Dylan Gray's doing a killer burnout out there, doing a bit of an expression session, as usual. All right, let these chats get these going. We'll get Mr. Dylan Gray in the room and chatting while he's doing his burnout. Mr. Gray, how you doing, mate? You're tearing up the rubber up against the wall. Glad I'm not paying for those tyres.
Nah, these tires were stuffed. I think I got given 2 dodgy sets.
Did ya?
It was just undrivable tonight for some reason.
What? Just the heat? There's just too slippery for you?
Oh, way too slippery. I think it was hotter tonight than Tuesday night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't look at the temps.
It felt like it. It got up to the same temps.
Yeah. But you know what it is? It's the extra pace. It's faster.
Nah.
And then the heat as well.
It's a Holden, not the Ford.
Ah. All right. You in the Holden tonight? Or you always got
Yeah.
the Holden?
No, I chose the Holden at Suzuka because I knew I wasn't going to make every round.
Yep.
And that, but I went, crap. I should have chose the Ford. I'm more comfortable in the Ford, not the Holden.
Oh man, why would you change it?
I don't know. Felt like something different.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be changing a car right through. It's one of those things, mate. Everyone reckons. I've never driven the Holden, to be honest, but everyone reckons that then there's not that much difference between them. But
People
I've got
reckon
no
the
idea.
Holden's the people reckon the Holden's faster.
Really? I've got no idea.
They're the exact same. The only difference is the view out the windscreen.
Yeah,
That makes you drive differently. That's the only difference.
I don't like it.
It's literally just the
I'll,
view.
I'll take your word for it. I've got no idea. No idea.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, mate. I'll have to have a spin one day. But great drive tonight, mate. A lot of fun. Looked like you had out there. A lot of battles you were involved in.
No, I was involved in pretty much every battle except for the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what. The lead battle was a great viewing out there. I hope the viewers enjoyed it as much as me and Hamish did. That was a sensational battle. When you watch it back, mate, you'll see it was an unbelievable running of the boys at the front. But who gets Dylan Gray and the racing team on track, mate? Have you got some more? Is there still such
Still Speed at the moment. We have got Caleb now completely on board.
Yep.
He had a incident with SLM and said, "Nah, he's coming across."
Yep.
And that, but we are trying to find more drivers at the moment.
Yep.
I'm not including my dad as a driver, but he's part of the team.
Yep.
And that, but hopefully we find some more drivers in the off season.
Yeah.
And that,
No sweat, man. Well, it's congratulations on an epic drive, mate. I hope the team building works for you guys. And I'll see you next week. 2 more rounds to go.
yeah, Tuesday night, Road Atlanta. I'm happy. Favorite track.
Excellent, man. All right, good luck with that one.
Cheers.
See you, mate. All righty. So, who finished third after all that? Mr. Dyke.
It was Mr. Dyke. Is he in the channel ready for a chat?
He's in there. He's in there.
Oh, very good.
Let's bring him in. Mr. Jamie Dyke, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How are you boys?
Mate, I picked it. I wish it was like the TAB, or I could put money on it, because I said it's going to be Rihanna up front. It's going to be yourself and Mr. Megan Turbo, Bruce
Yeah,
Tennant.
but you claimed that Dyke was going to finish P2, so you still would have lost your bet.
No, I would have boxed it, man. I always box my trifectas.
It's a multi, not a trifecta for that one.
Well, if there was a safety car for that incident with War Boys and the car didn't just dissolve into thin air, then I would have been P2.
Did he actually end up stuck in the wall? Because we didn't actually see him in the wall or not. We just we were watching it back and then saw him get spun, but we didn't see the aftermath if he was stuck in the wall or not.
It looked like he was stuck when I went past.
Yeah. Well, it was an interesting night, man. You did an epic job there. You and War Boys fighting from the back all the way to the front. A lot of hard work, a lot of patience. Good and a good strategy, yeah.
Yeah. I ended up short. Turns out myself, Bruce, and Rehan all short filled, but I short filled almost 2 laps worth. So I needed to save 6 liters just to get it to the line. And I know Brucey was saving while we were battling as well. So he had a little bit more fuel so he could make it back. But I guess me and Rehan will come through the field again next week.
Well, it's yeah, exactly, you will. But a tough battle at the front. Looks like it's you and Bruce fighting for the title.
I did see Doble. Was it Doble up there?
Yeah, Doble, but he finished in 7th, 8th tonight. So he lost track. He was second. So he was only I've got it up on my screen right here right now. He was before tonight 88 points behind you. and Bruce was 22 points behind him. So Bruce will jump into second place, and he will caught you a little bit, but not a hell of a lot. So it's going to be,
I think.
yeah, something like that. So it's going to be something like 65 points, something like that, 64 points between the two of you for the last two races of the year, of this season, I should say, not the year.
Yeah,
So it's going to be very interesting.
Going to be tough.
Oh yeah, it's going to be tough.
Especially when we're going all out like this and not making the cool down lap.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's all a fight to the end. You need it, at the end of the day. It's what have we got left, Hamish? Have we got a sprint left, or have we got a?
Yeah, we do. So, I believe next week is a normal round for Road Atlanta, then Belle Isle is a sprint. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So next week is the one where you want to finish with no fuel, because then if it's a sprint the week after, you're only at the back of the grid for the first heat, not the full race.
Just to quickly confirm, next week is actually a sprint round at Road Atlanta. Belle Isle is a normal round.
Oh, then I'm lucky.
Very lucky, mate. Very lucky. So you want to finish 10th from the back?
Hey, don't tell everyone my strategy.
Anyway, look, the ladder is still looking good. You know, I'm surprised actually. Coleman's up there as well. He's sitting in 5th at the moment too, behind Stone Street. So it's not that bad. It's you've got yourself an 88 point gap, and the rest of the boys are only like 12 to 22 points difference between them. So Coleman's still in there for a top 3 in the series at the end of the season.
Yeah, he's going strong. He's loving it.
Yeah.
He's not loving tonight, but he's loving it.
Yeah, I know. He's either on fire or he's having a tough trot. Good old Coleman. But yeah, we still love him. He hasn't told me if he's got his hip flask. Did you get your hip flask?
Well, it was good to see that Coleman actually put into practice his commentary prowess that he had when he commentated with me at Watkins.
He said, "I'm out from tonight. Season's done." Oh, that sucks, Coleman.
No comment.
No comment. Is he having a nanny spit?
No comment.
Jamie, put him on the spot.
I know what it's about, and I know it's arguable.
Okay. Well, you haven't lost too many points, mate. No, you haven't. It's there in black and white in front of me. You'll be all right. It's the key is to finish strong at the end of the season. You'll be fine, mate. And you still haven't told me if you've got your flask in or not. Anyway, Dikey, did you get yours?
No.
Not yet. All right, it's probably on its way.
But I'm a bit out in the sticks compared to the rest of the boys.
Yeah, true. It sends. Well, I did send it, man. I'll show you the ticket. I'm gonna track it tomorrow morning and see if you've got it or not. He's probably taking the piss out of me now. But you've got I think you've got 2 hip flasks or something like that you went your way as well for 2 seasons for two wins there. But anyway, mate, who gets to fish out on track and supports you out there, mate?
Obviously, our sponsors, West End Motor Group, Infinity Designs, Precision Sim Training, DC Shades, and Battery Warehouse Early Beach. And I'll give a shout out to Funky Angus, Delaney Senior, Delaney Junior, Whiting, pretty much all the boys in the team, Paulie, Brett. Yeah, we've all stuck at Macca. If I forgot McKnight, oh my gosh. Yeah, we had a ripper 24-hour at Le Mans, and
we just finished.
The race isn't finished yet. It's got an hour left.
Yeah, our car DNF'd.
Yeah.
One of the cars is running around P8-ish, and I think the other one is 30 seconds off the lead.
Oh, well, nice.
Last time I checked, which was around qualifying. So, the boys have done a massive effort, and they should be proud. Even the boys in our car, they should be proud.
Look, mate, bloody oath. Tell the boys congratulations. I expect them all to be in. I know that was one name we haven't seen all season. That's Funky Miller. He's just didn't race this season. Tell him we miss him. We want to get his mullet back in here.
Yeah, Craglin's been a bit busy, but he'll get there.
Yeah. All right, mate. Take care of yourself. Good luck with the boys for the final hour. I hope they take it. And see you next week for a fight to the finish.
Thanks, mate. Have a good one, boys.
Thanks,
Cheers,
mate.
buddy. All right, Mr. Tanak. Mr. Bruce Tanak, you have had a change of form, mate. Pointy end of the race again this week. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And you were my hot pick, mate. You, Dikey, and Rian were my pick for the top 3.
Oh, well, after getting shafted in the weather on top 10, I'd say that was... I didn't think I had a chance, but tell you what, that was one of my best starts ever. It was a cracker.
Yeah, very nice. I don't know, mate. You've stayed out of trouble these last few rounds, and it's your points total is really good. You've creeped up a couple of points on to Jamie. It's going to be a title fight for the last 2 races, mate.
Yeah, like that's the key, eh? Like just keeping it clean. We had a good battle there, but we were both compromised on fuel. So I used quite a bit of tyre and quite a bit of gas to get to Jamie, and then of course he was never going to give it up easy. So it took 4 or 5 laps to make him to make a little mistake.
Yeah.
And then I just tried to basically stay just ahead of him, but not use any tyre or wheel if I could. And ironically, I made it back to the pits. I think both Jamie and Rayhan didn't make it back to the pits, so that's maybe a leg up for next week. But
Yes.
if I had a last 3 laps, just given it absolutely everything, I probably could have held Rayhan off, but would have meant I wouldn't have made it back to the pits.
Well, the good thing is, mate, next week is a sprint round. So you're going to have them at the very back, right? And you're going to be at the pointy end, hopefully, if you qualify well. And then you'll be able to get some advantage on the points for the first heat. And then the second heat, off you all go, all 3 of his gloves off.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. It's like I said, just not a change of tack, so to speak, but just trying to drive with that new damage model. I haven't experienced it, but I think me and Visma had a slight touch going into the bus stop, and straight away it said you have wheel damage, and it was I think I pitted a lap earlier than I should have because I was worried about that getting worse, but didn't seem to affect it. Just had a little bit of understeer, but I've heard a few horror stories, people saying that you make a little tap with a wall or another car, and next minute you're in the pits. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna change the way people drive. I think it's gonna
let's hope.
Yeah. It'll tame the beast in some of the drivers. I think it will. It's going to be interesting to see. We didn't really see any cars fall to pieces tonight, did we, Hamish?
Apart from Dodsey, who put it into the wall. No, we didn't really see anyone cop no wheel on the car. We was some minor damage for some drivers, but I think we're more likely probably going to see a good showcase of it at Belle Isle in the final round, because there'll be a lot more cars in the wall around there, which I look forward to. But yeah, I think even next week as well, actually, because if someone makes a mistake at the bottom of the S's coming onto the bone of the pork shop at Road Atlanta, then we could definitely see some carnage because cars can easily end up in the wall there. So, yeah.
Anyway, Bruce, congratulations, mate. Good to see you on the top step again, 2 weeks in a row, fighting for the title, which is good to see. Who gets the Mag and Turbo team out on track?
Well, Mag and Turbo and my real life sponsors, Achilles Tires, Work Wheels, and shout out to Mapuch, who sits there next to the rig for the whole 90 minutes and doesn't make a sound. He's a good boy.
That's a nice way to talk about your son. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Good to see you back in form, dude.
Thanks, boys.
Cheers, buddy. All right, so we got the young fella. I nearly pushed you out of the room then, Hamish.
Good job.
The young fella will bring Rayan in. Rayan, how you doing, buddy?
Not bad.
Not
Obviously
bad.
got that penalty. Sorry to Blake. Just misjudged the speed on exit because he had the inside. So a little bit of a tap and he was gone.
Yeah, it doesn't take much with these new models. It was just this. I think it was just the point. If you tapped him a little bit earlier, he would have been all right. I think it was just that at the point of the apex, he was already the rear end was already creeping a little bit on him. But you know what it is? It's racing. It's racing. You can see it was nothing intentional. But it gave us a little bit more spice in the booth, mate. Having you watch you come through the field and having the race at the back end with the boys and take it in the end. Well done.
Yeah, definitely made it interesting. I was glad we didn't come out too far behind after the penalty. We still had to save a lot of fuel. After the second pit stop, we had about 5 liters to save, so we were still having to save a bit in that final little bit, but we managed to get it. I think the other boys were also saving a bit of fuel, so that made our lives a bit easier.
Yeah. Have you got a history of racing a lot with War Boys? Because you guys were pretty close on pace.
Not really. Normally, like there might be a very small difference in our pace, and that'll put us 5 to 10 positions apart sometimes. So yeah, not normally racing with them.
Yeah, cool. Well, it was a great battle watching you guys go 2x2 through the S's and everything like that. It was a lot of fun to watch. Hamish and I had an absolute blast up here. And your boys at one point were all firing on all cylinders. Where the other boys finished from your team?
I think Will finished P4.
That's it. Yeah, Will did really well. He was creeping up on the back of Jamie. He was only 1.5 tenths off Jamie when he crossed the line. So he was very, very close. And if he just had a little bit better or faster exit, he might have even pipped him on the line.
Yeah, I was very happy with how the boys went. It was mostly that like second half of the race where they started to fall off a little, but Will managed to really pick it back up towards the end.
Yeah, he's done really well. He's actually, I think he's starting to settle in with the racing at SRW. He's starting to feel his way a bit better, a bit more confident.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was probably his first top 10 shootout, so I think maybe the nerves got to him a little. But in terms of the racing side of it, I think definitely getting better.
Yeah, it's definitely I can see the improvement in the few weeks that he's been here. You can see him getting up the pointy end a bit more confident in his passing and his movements. So it's good to see. Well, mate, it's been a great night for us in the booth. Hamish, you got any questions for Aaron?
How you going with the Yu-Gi-Oh deck, Rehan?
Haven't had enough time to do all that, and I'm also too lazy.
Not good enough. Need to get better.
Yep.
What was your question, Hamish?
It's the one thing I can claim that I'm better than Rehan at, and it's how he's doing with Yu-Gi-Oh, which is a card game from the early 2000s.
I know what Yu-Gi-Oh is, mate.
Yeah.
I know what Yu-Gi-Oh
It's
is.
the one thing I can claim I'm better than Rehan at, so I'm taking it.
Well, you can take that. I'm sure it's made a lot of difference to Rehan's world.
100% it has. It definitely has.
Anyway, look, Rehan, epic drive tonight, mate. Your boys did really well. I think even Vismar did really well early on, keeping up with you. He just, I think he just went through his tyres a bit too quick. But congratulations on the top step of the podium, mate. Who brings Team Phoenix to the track, mate?
Obviously, as usual, Dad does the setups. That obviously brings us a long way, and especially in a long race like this, with long stints and tires, that definitely helped. I like to thank Hybrid Racing Simulations, Melbourne Hydrographic Stepper, Prestige Cinematography, Aramex Australia, DHF Tires, RSW Graphics, Bubbles and Balloons, and Phoenix Driver Development. We do setups. I do the coaching. And we can even do setups for the legacy cars as well now. So if you need to hit us up, just let us know. And also like to say hello to my grandma in New Zealand who's watching. Thank you for watching. And thanks to you guys as well, of course, and Race Control as well.
Excellent, mate. You're definitely your head on your shoulders way beyond your years, and it's great to have you in racing, mate. I hope you're having a blast and enjoying it, and good luck for the rest of the season, mate. 2 more rounds to go.
Yep, thank you very much. I'll see you guys next round.
All right, take care, buddy.
See ya.
All right, Hamish. What a night. What a night. War Boys coming from the back of the pack all the way to the front. Slight incident there, overturned, going through the pits with massive damage. Then another step in the story was the safety car. It changed the strategies for a lot of drivers. And then the battle all the way to the end. And the young fella getting a drive through and creating more of a story for us. And watching the battle of the top 3 coming through to the very end, that was sensational.
Yeah, could not have asked for a better end to that race. Of course, it gave us a lot of spice to talk about, a lot of possibilities that we can now think about in the future of if someone is going to get into an incident like that, can they come back for it as well? And just a bit of excitement for us to call here on a Sunday evening. But it's been a good night of racing once again, Sinker. We look forward to round number 8 this week now with Road Atlanta for driver's choice for both the Supercars rounds. So that should be absolutely epic to see how that plays out for the drivers, of course, and then as well as a big end coming to not only the F3s but also the 8.6s and their class battles as well, and continuing to see how the GTDs do in the League 2 on Fridays.
No, I'm really looking forward to that. I think Watkins Glen this Friday night is going to be epic. I think every round tonight is just going to be absolutely crazy. We've got some amazing drivers out there and some amazing talent that are filling up our screens every night of the week. And the boys behind the scenes and the broadcast team are doing an exceptional job and loving every minute of it.
Well, what's interesting is the US. We're taking over the US next week, Sinker. Every race next week is at a US track.
Yes.
We go to Watkins. We go to Laguna. We go to Road Atlanta. So we go to Road Atlanta 3 times across 3 different series, 2 different car types. We go to Watkins for the GTs, and we go to Laguna for the F3. So it's going to be a big takeover of the US next week for us. Going to be massive in terms of championship for how people finish out next week, heading into the final round the week after. And, it's only getting bigger and better, and it's going to be an end that you guys do not want to miss. So be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, and the bell icon so you are notified whenever we go racing. Of course, Tuesday night, Warren and Brown Supercars Series. The Wednesday night, Shannon's Insurance Formula 3 Nationals. The Thursday night, Shannon's Insurance Toyota Geo86 Nationals, which is also Motorsport Australia official series. The Friday night, Warren and Brown Tools IMSA GTD Series. And then rounding out our racing week, the Warren and Brown Tools V8 Supercars Super Sunday Series / Monday. It'll be on a Monday next week as it is a Scops round. So we'll be back on your screens with this series next Monday night, so a week from tomorrow night. But for myself and Stephen alongside me once again, thank you to all the series sponsors, Warren and Brown Tools, Shannon's Insurance, our title sponsors, as well as our other sponsors, Shunt Scenery, Motorsport Australia, Grim Industries, NeuroPower, and DSL Rail Services. And until next time, I've been Hamish Munro, joined alongside by Steve Sinkovic. Stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
This is amazing how it's clashed heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to snip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Reece Tannock, Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us.